Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in. Have a seat. Pour up a cup of truth. Yeah. Names on the corkboard wall, red lines cutting through, cold files on the counter, old lies in the air. Everybody got a story, we just see what's there. Seeking that justice, digging every day. Every little rumor, every word they say. Nothing but nonsense spinning around this town. We break it down, turn it all around. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it stay. We don't buy that script, they say we're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Late night black coffee, eyes on the page. Somebody trying to profit from somebody else's pain. Clickbait headlines, dancing on the screen. We cut through the chat to get back to what it means. Who wins, who bleeds, who's hiding the stain, who's laughing on the way to the bank off your pain. We chase that truth like a car in the rain. If the trail go cold, we light it up again. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it say. We don't buy that script, they say. We're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Is it justice? Or just a show? Are they chasing the truth or chasing the glow in this room? We call that bluff, cause people ain't episodes that you binge and forget. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it stay. We don't buy that script, they say. We're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Yeah. Here comes Miley Make, foggy, driving all day, yeah, dog tired, groggy. Fast food cold in the passenger seat, bag on the floor, all salt, no heat. Walking in circles, late night lobby, eyes half closed, whole world wobbly. Door dashing, she smashing that route, telling her story, trying to crawl out. Molly Make foggy, so foggy, whole day smear like a rear view, soggy. Who changed your mind? Did they scare you? Billy's the boss and you're lost in the glow. Molly Make foggy, so foggy. I thought a killer, but the picture got choppy. Another weird story, my mind long gone. Saw the girl in the window, then she just gone. Billy's my friend, here we go again. Same crack joke, same dead end grin. I saw the killer, he was right next to me, but every scene bends, blurs on repeat. He wasn't Molly Mike, he ain't that tired, he ain't that wired, he ain't half fired. You look so groggy, stumbling lane to lane, phone light on, but you're missing the name. Molly Make foggy, so foggy, whole day smear like a rear view, soggy. Who changed your mind? Did they scare you? Billy's the boss and you're lost in the gloom. Molly Make foggy, so foggy. I saw the killer, but the picture got choppy. Another weird story, my mind long gone. Saw the girl in the window, then she just gone. So gone like a car in the rain. Wipers on high, still streaks on the paint. Saw the girl in the window, then the crew. All in blue. Here comes the crew. All in blue. Yeah. All in blue. Tomboy stomping in steel toes. Candy talk slick, that still flow. Leah lean back, got real glow. SRB slide through, that real slow. Sassy Cassie with the side eye. Jesse Lynn hit him, watch him backslide. Christy Nevada with the wild ride. Lucy Morningstar, set the sky bright. Fizzy Snoop the 75, brain sharp. Cat cake cut deep, leave a faint mark. This is chaos when the play start. Typically unique roll, high art. Man got a plan that lock tight. The last 24, running all night. Rainy B laugh, but the aim right. Molly Cat pounce when it's on sight, on sight. Here comes the blue crew, doing that thing, dropping that hammer, making it rain. Name on your lips, better watch what you say. Don't mess with the blue crew, move out the way. Here comes the blue crew, heavy that swing, dropping that hammer, making it sing. City on lock when they step in the frame. Don't mess with the blue crew, put respect on the name. We don't bark, we just walk through. Whole room hush when we talk truth. Every side street, no hoop. Every back row, feel blue. From the first light to the late shift. If you slide slick, that's a grave lift. Crew, tight knit like a chain link. Try, break one, whole chain blink. Tomboy front, that pace set. Candy count wins like a paycheck. Leah, hold calm when the wave crash. SRB dry, never break fast. Sassy Cassie laugh, then it's lights out. Jesse lean quiet, then the light shout. Christy Lucy, all about that fight route. Blue crew stand tall, never wipe out. Never, never. Here comes the blue crew, doing that thing, dropping that hammer, making it rain. Name on your lips, better watch what you say. Don't mess with the blue crew, move out the way. Here comes the blue crew, heavy that swing, dropping that hammer, making it sing. City on lock when they step in the frame. Don't mess with the blue crew, put respect on the name. Roll call, step up the squad. If you ain't down, back off, that's law, we don't break. We been still, that's true. One voice, one better, blue crew, blue crew. Hey, here comes the blue crew, doing that thing, dropping that hammer, making it rain. Name on your lips, better watch what you say. Don't mess with the blue crew, move out the way. Here comes the blue crew, heavy that swing, dropping that hammer, making it sing. City on lock when they step in the frame. Don't mess with the blue crew, put respect on the name. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Woo, woo, woo. Come on in. Have a seat. Pour up a cup of truth. Yeah. Names on the corkboard wall, red lines cutting through, cold files on the counter, old lies in the air. Everybody got a story, we just see what's there. Seeking that justice, digging every day. Every little rumor, every word they say. Nothing but nonsense spinning around this town. We break it down, turn it all around. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot cup of truth, let it stay. We don't buy that script, they say we're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground. Late night, black coffee, eyes on the page. Somebody trying to profit from somebody else's pain. Clickbait headlines, dancing on the screen. We cut through the chat to get back to what it means. Who wins, who bleeds, who's hiding the stain, who's laughing on the way to the bank off your pain. We chase that truth like a car in the rain. If the trail go cold, we light it up again. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play. Pour a hot or just a show? Are they chasing the truth or chasing the glow in this room? We call that bluff, cause people ain't episodes that you binge and forget. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Welcome to the TruCrime Cafe. Come on in, sit down, press play, pour a hot cup of truth, let it stay. We don't buy that script, they say we're here pulling threads for you, peeling back layers on what ain't true. Stories being sold, narrative up and down. We flip that tail, put the facts in the ground.
All right. Welcome back to the cafe, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we are here to finish up what we started yesterday. We didn't get a chance to jump into the the Inan Harsh stuff yesterday. We had a lot going on with what we looked at. So today we're going to jump into it, get it over with for sure. So please make sure to hit the like button on your way through the door. Share it out. Let everybody know what we're doing. And if you're into this side of things, make sure you grab your pen and paper and take some notes on this mess, because this dude, he just kind of fit in where he could fit in for real. So I have questions though. When Jules joined us Saturday, she brought it to the table, said she had some questions still. So as well, at that point, I think a lot of us still do, because what did we actually really truly know about him? What did we learn? What didn't we learn? Why did he put himself into this? Why did, what's going on, period. So that's what we're looking into today. And it's always good to go back from what I've learned in this case and see how things look with him at this point after everything else we've learned, see if it changes things or if it don't. Either way, that's what we're doing. So again, please make sure to share it out. Hit the like button, let everybody know what we're doing. Thank you all so much for joining me, all of you beautiful people, all the meatballs jumping in the sauce, and thank you to my mods for being here as always. So very much appreciated. And that being said, you guys know what comes next. Let's do this and get this show on the road. Here we go.
Neon lights flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with a restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the silence, bitter taste, waiting for the ghosts to show their face. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. Mirrors cracked, reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir. Echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hunt the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the break. At the True Crime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet. Every shadow will pay in the True Crime Cafe.
Alrighty then. Welcome back, guys. Great to see you today. I hope you're all doing amazing. All of the beautiful people. It's so good to see you. And thank you all so much for joining us today. As always, taking time out of your busy lives to hop on in here with little old me and hang out and listen to my mouth run all day about this damn case. And we are back at it again. Finishing up, like I said, what we were supposed to be able to do yesterday, but we got wrapped up in a bunch of stuff with what we looked at in that interview first and foremost. So today we're jumping backwards into towards the beginning of this case when a gentleman by the name of Enan Harsh inserted himself per se into this case. He lived right next door to the 1122 house and the apartments next door. For those of you that aren't familiar, you will be by the end of today. And he made a lot of statements, and I'm going to read something to you off of the Reddit post that he had put up. It's kind of long, but it's wild. The dude is out there. He's definitely different, and a lot of people looked at him and believed that he would have fit the perpetrators, as a perpetrator, way, 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 way more than Brian Koberger did. So there again, that's what we're looking back into. So come on in, grab a seat, fill up your cup, get comfortable. We got some talking to do. I don't know. Actually, let me throw this in here. If anybody has any opinions, feelings, facts, thoughts about any of this, of course, you guys are welcome to join me to discuss and put your own words out there to the world from this panel. As always, let's see who we got joining us this afternoon. Miss Becca, good to see you. Ms. Rowe, welcome back. Of course, my production manager, Mikey, the man himself in the house, the last 24. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. SRBBB, BBBB. Good to see you. Miss Jen 7, welcome back. Great to see you today. Living Dead Girl, welcome. And great to see you. Ozzy McGlynn, our friend from down under, one of them. Good to see you today. Fact Digger, welcome. Great to see you. And thank you for gifting that membership already. And it looks like it went out to Nina's Girl 408, receiving that new membership. We got a new meatball jumping in the sauce with us already. Thank you, Fact Digger. Scully Skulls in the house, gang. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Michelle F., welcome back to you. Kathleen Bell, wonderful to see you today. Beach Babe, welcome back to you. Miss Leah, welcome. Welcome to all of the Blue Crew who worked so hard and come in here on when they don't have to do it, but they do. They come in here when they're working. They come in here when they're not. I appreciate each and every one of you and love you all so very much. Because we all know I would not exist without you all. So thank you for everything you do. Excuse me. Sluther75 dancing around in here. Great to see you again. Thank you for being here. As always, I know for a fact she was working today and she was in here with us. So thank you, Sluther. Very much appreciated. Mikey's always working, coming in here. So is Miss Tandy. Great to see you. Fact Digger dropping number one towards our goal today already. Thank you for that. Again, very much appreciated. God bless. Very generous and very nice of you. God bless. Living Dead Girl, great to see you. Again, I think I already said it, but welcome back anyway. Thank you, Ro, for that. And to anybody that chooses to support us in that fashion, should you choose to purchase anything off of our Amazon wish list and send it this direction, it is so very much appreciated. Never expected, but definitely keeps the show moving and keeps me moving too. So thank you very much. To answer the question earlier on, somebody asked if I did. I think it was Scully asked if I did the intro song, um, the True Crime Cafe one. That was Molly that did that. The ones before that, I did. Like Mikey said, would you look at all you beautiful people? Always happy to see you. Yeah, Molly did that one, Scully. Allison, welcome. Good to see you. Pro Burger and Proud. Oh, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Miss Mamakins, AA, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Miss Leah, Pro Burger and Proud, Gen 7. Yeah, yes. Moderators are all beautiful and very handsome, too. We have a couple gentlemen in there somewhere. Thank you so much, Back Digger. Always appreciated. Yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe to our videographer, Miss Molly. She's so very talented. She has all her stuff loaded into her channel itself. Please go subscribe over there. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. I can promise for that. Blue-eyed butterfly. Great to see you today. Thank you for joining us. And make sure to subscribe to the last 24. Our production manager has his own channel as well that we need to get moving. Guys, truly pumping and moving. There's a link to that right there. Thank you so much, SRB. He deserves the support, guys. So make sure you are supporting him, please, and thank you if you will. Miss Jenny, good to see you today. Just like peas and carrots. Thank you for joining us. Beach Babe, great to see you. As never fails, never fails. That is a fact. This whole community is nothing but beautiful and wonderful people. I'm so very proud of. Just saying, bro. You deserve it, brother. That's why SRB's dropping that link. We need the linkage. Again, good to see you, Miss Jenny. Always good to see you here. Baby Ames, welcome to you. Great to see you. SRB's on top of that shite. She knows what she's doing. I think I got everybody so far. Scully Skull. Teresa, welcome back. Great to see you. 62 people in the house. And 31 likes. That's right. That's right. That's why we got to start pushing that SRB. The man himself hit 1,000 subscribers, folks. Congratulations to you, brother. Once again, we really need to start pushing that channel now. For real, for real. Come on, y'all. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button and share it out over there as well. Please and thank you. Italian girl, welcome to you. Great to see you. That's right. Everybody throw a little congrats out there to Mr. Last 24. Please and thank you. He worked hard to get to that point. We got to keep it going. And he didn't even realize he hit it, guys. That's the sad thing. He looked over there one day and was like, oh, shoot, I hit 1,000 subscribers. Because he's so worried about what he's doing over here, mixing and producing and directing and running everything over this way. He ain't paying no attention to his stuff. So, make sure we are. Thank you guys for the congrats to him because he deserves it. He does. He had some mixed matching going on over there for a while and didn't get a chance to put all the time into it that he wanted to. Now he's back out of that mess and ready to go. Absolutely. There you go. You'll get it going, bro. You'll get it going. like he's always been humble. Um, I don't think I've missed anybody coming in here. If I did, I will catch up with you. I'm sorry. Promise it's not being done on purpose. Come on in, guys. 64 peeps, 35 likes. We're catching up. Spread the word, please. And Mr. Scully Skull, you got to hit. You only got a few more. Please drop Scully's link in here, guys. He's only a few off from hitting 1,000 himself, so I think we can do that. What is it, 40 or 60 or something like that? Let's get that done and get that man monetized. Please and thank you all. Scully puts out some really interesting stuff, guys. He's very talented as well. His videos and music and stuff he puts out is amazing. 45 more subscribers to get him to 1,000. We can do that. Come on, y'all. Please and thank you. Support, support, support. There she is, the lovely Miss Kawanda. Good to see you. Thank you. So, like I said, joining us from work. As I always appreciated, the loyalty, the support you guys give this channel is amazing, and unbeknownst to me why, but it blows me away. So thank you, Kawanda, so very much for taking time out of your work day to be here with us. We appreciate you very much. Thank you last night for your input over there at the Devil's Advocates, talking about the sororities and stuff. I really do appreciate your input and thoughts and feelings on that, seriously and honestly. So thank you. Pine Norman, good to see you, my friend. Thank you, SRB. I knew you would. Appreciate you very much. Always appreciated. Number two, I think that's Super Sticker. Thank you, Blue Eyed Butterfly. God bless. Appreciate that so very much. So very generous of you. Very sweet. I do my best, Pro Burger and Proud. I do my best. Everybody deserves it. If they're here for the right reasons, I'll see it and I will support it. That's a fact. Buongiorno, Mia. Yes, listen to SRB. We don't want to make her angry now. That would be bad. It's up to them both. We'll get you there, Scully. No worries. We'll get you there, brother. Jackie K, 1012. Welcome to you. Great to see you. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Looks like we got 79 peeps in the house. 42 likes. We're getting there. I want to get this kicked off and get moving here. And start, because a lot of people in here I don't think have a clue really truly who Enan is, or Enan, Enan, however you say his name. Inan Harsh inserted himself very early on in this case. It seemed to be Jacqueline Keeley. Great to see you. And this is just a strange person and did some strange things right out of the gate with this. So that's why we're looking back at him. We've learned things since the last time we saw this gentleman. Lana did an interview with him. Unfortunately, the best version of the interview to show you is with somebody I'm not very fond of, but we can ignore that to watch the interview, I believe. He's always been sus AF. A lot of people have said that for sure. Enan. Yep. It is less than 50 to get Scully. 45, 46 to get Scully to 1,000 for real. We can do that, guys. I got that many of you in here now. If either one of you guys subscribes to the Skull Mackay's channel, he'll hit it. That's all we got to do. And that link is in the chat right over here. Right about there, guys. That's all we need. If every one of you goes over there and subscribes to that channel, it's over, folks. He hits it, and it's bam. That's awesome. That would be amazing, too. I would greatly appreciate that support for our brother. Yes, Mike. Terry Bucha. Welcome back to you, Terry. It's great to see you. Yeah, unfortunately, she did the best probably, I would say, one of the best interviews. It's all on point, great questions, so that's why we're gonna have to roll with that one, I think. You'll get this going, bro. You'll get it, brother. We'll get you there. No lie. Thank you, bro. This is a widely supportive community, and it will happen. Yes. It's just so distracting. That is the best one in my opinion, but it's not. It's very distracting. It's an amazing interview, but I'm trying to focus on it. We won't be able to get through it. There's too much to laugh at. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lisa Winchester, great to see you. Yeah, Lana's hilarious with it. That's why we love her. 75 peeps in the house, 46 likes. If every one of you guys clicks that link and subscribes to Skullmakai's channel, I'm telling you, the man will hit that 1,000 point. That's it. Cool. Appreciate that, bro. Mike's link is up here. It's called The Last 24. I'll throw it up on screen for you to see here in one quick second. Where did it go? Where did it go? SRB just dropped it. Right there. That's the channel link right there. The Last 24. Mike on the mic. On the mic, Mike. Yes, very much so, Ms. Mamakins. Agreed. There it is. Thank you, SRB, again. All right, guys. I'm about to do this. Um, that's hilarious, Scully. I love it. All right. Living Dead Girl. Thank you, Miss Mamakins. I appreciate you. Guys, give me 1 minute here. I guess we'll start with, at least with this interview. We'll give you that kickoff first, then we'll jump into the other stuff. Yeah, this came from Hidden True Crime with Lauren Matthias. This interview, like I said, it was one of the better ones, besides Lana's, of course. But this is a focused interview. We couldn't focus with Lana's, unfortunately. This came out December 13th of 2022. Here is the link for Hidden True Crime. And I thank her for the interview and the work she put into doing this so that we can see this. And if you guys aren't fans, my apologies. Just kind of try to muddle through it. We'll get through it quick enough. It's not too awful long. It is, too. I agree, Skull. All right, guys, let's get this moving here. I don't want to drag it too long. Anybody that chooses to join me, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Feel free. Always welcome. And that being said, let's jump into this. For those of you that aren't familiar, this is Inan Harsh. He was a neighbor to the 1122 house, and he tells a little bit of his story here.
Expected live streams. I have a very important guest with me right now, somebody that I hope can bring us more insight. I am with
Welcome, Angie B.
will you pronounce your name? Inan?
Enan. Enan Harsh.
Inan Harsh, also known as Chef Dizzy, as you see there. Enan is a very, very important part of this Moscow homicide investigation because he was a neighbor of the 4 victims who lived on King Street. And I really, I just want you to share with us what you know. Many also have heard of the neighbor that possibly heard a scream. This is that person.
This came out December 13th of 2022, exactly 1 month to the day after the murders happened. Now, one thing SRB just said it too, as I was gonna say it right here. Watch his facial changes. They Guys, this guy wears his emotions all over his face, and watch how often it changes. So yeah, this came out in 22, 1 month to the day after the murders. Thank you, Fact Digger.
That I have with me now. So let everyone know this is going on. We'll try to take some questions as well, but right now I'm going to start with my questions because I have a lot of them. I want to thank you for being here. And first off, I think we
You
should
guys
just
need me to
start by
stop,
taking
rewind,
us
or
back
whatever, please.
to that night.
I mean,
The things I've heard in the news from you, Inan, are that it was an unexpectedly quiet night. You wrote about the crime on social media, and share what you remember from that night. Is that a good place for us to start right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I work about like 10, usually like 9 to 11-hour shifts. So I went to work. I got off around, I think it was around 12 that night. It was kind of like a late close, and I like bullshitted with like a coworker for a little while after work, and then I went home. It was around, I don't know, like 1:30, 2-ish a.m. It's maybe when I got home, maybe and I always I'm always like kind of hoping that I have like a parking spot right in front of my door when I get there, because like lots of times on campus, there's like parties, and like they're pretty full. And so like this time I noticed that like, I don't know, it wasn't really any cars as usual. I was like, cool, I'm gonna get a nice spot right in front. And there was I did, and I saw like this sort of like kind of like decked out like luxury, like I thought it was black SUV, maybe like a Beamer or something, and it had like rims, tinted windows, and I was like, oh, that's like a pretty cool car. And then like coming out, like I noticed some like plates from like Arizona, I want to say, or Montana. There's kind of like it's like I'm always like kind of curious what kind of like different plates are like around and stuff, because usually you just see like Idaho, especially in like my parking lot. And so like I came in, and it was like surprisingly like pretty empty that night. Like none of the houses and like that on those like two streets were having parties, which was like kind of unusual. And then I went home. It's like making some tea, just like doing some contact staff drills, and like stretching. I think I played a game of League, and then I went to bed. And then as I was falling asleep, it usually takes me like 30 minutes to an hour to fall asleep. Like, I don't know, I guess, I dismissed like initially like, one of my neighbors returning hello after me. So I heard like, a car shut, a door shut, and then like, apartment door shut, and like also like a scream. But like, that's like normal. Like I always hear like screaming almost every Saturday night. So like I didn't really like think of it. And so, but like, yeah, just looking back, I was like, I wonder.
now I see you guys asking questions already. I can back up, no problem. And he would have to live, in my opinion, pretty close to see and hear some of these things, I would think. So, a lot of detail. Yes, a whole lot of detail, Ange. Let me back that part up again. Make sure we're hearing what this. I'm gonna take this down too for sure. Hey, Kim. There's a link if you're interested, Kim. You don't, if you're busy or whatever, you don't need to. I understand fully. Just letting you know it's there.
None of the houses and like that on those like two streets were having parties, which was like kind of unusual. And this time I noticed that like, I don't know, it wasn't really any cars as usual. I was like, cool, I'm gonna get a nice spot right in front. And there was like I did, and I saw like this sort of like kind of like decked out like luxury like I thought it was black SUV, maybe like a Beamer or something, and it had like rims, tinted windows, and I was like, oh, that's like a pretty cool car. And then like coming out, like I noticed some like plates from like Arizona, I want to say, or Montana. There's kind of like it's like I'm always like kind of curious what kind of like different plates are like around and stuff. Because usually you just see like Idaho, especially in like my parking lot. And so like I came in and it was like surprisingly like pretty empty that night. Like none of the houses and like that on those like two streets were having parties, which was like kind of unusual. And then I went home, it's like making some tea, just like doing some contact staff drills and like stretching. I think I played a game of League.
Now, okay, unless he really screwed up the time, okay, this couldn't have been the 429. What's up, Scully?
Hey, Gago, how are you?
I'm good, brother. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I figured why not? I need to get out of my shell.
There you go. There you go. Great to have you
Yeah.
here, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
Always, always. So this, he says this was around 1:30. He got home that he saw this supposed, luxury SUV, whether it's a Beamer, Escalade, something like that. He just says Beamer. That's the only thing he said, but we didn't see anything like that in any videos we saw. We even looked again last night. So there's that. Which side of Queen, Scully? Did Bubbly say which side of Queen he lived on?
I'm not sure. Let me text her because she mentioned that he's the one with the purple windows. But when she told me that, I mean purple lights,
Okay.
I was remembering the light bulb camera, the one that's facing the house
Right.
across the street. Is it 1112?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I'll ask her right now. Let's see what she says.
No worries, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll find that out. I'll keep this going. But here's my thing with this guy. He has got a lot of detail. Okay. And to have this interview and to be throwing out all this detail to remember every single little thing is interesting. I'll say that. So we should be able to figure it out for sure. Again, grateful to have Scully on panel with us today. Always appreciated. First time you've been up here. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
See you. Absolutely. Let's see. And then he goes in to say that it seemed like there was a lot of parties going on. That was abnormal. That's not abnormal for this area, folks. There's always parties going on. So I don't know where that comes from, but okay. On we go.
League, and then I went to bed, and then as I was falling asleep, it usually takes me like 30 minutes to an hour to fall asleep. Like, I don't know, I guess, I dismissed like initially like one of my neighbors returning hello after me. So I heard like, a car shut, a door shut, and then like, apartment door shut, and like also like a scream. But like, that's like normal. Like I always hear like screaming almost every Saturday night.
So it's abnormal for there to be parties going on, but he hears screaming almost every Saturday night. Okay.
And so like I didn't really like think of it. And so but like just looking back, I was like, I wonder.
And by the way, you can see Fiddlesticks walking around behind him, her little tail floating around. So just to give you a little heads up on that.
I wonder if like, that wasn't just like some drunk dude like screaming, like it's actually like the murder. And yeah, and it was like it was kind of a trip having like the cops like come on, and like when knew what happened, they're just like, asking where we were, and we're like, this is weird. Like they're knocking on every single door in our apartment. Like that's never happened before. And then like I went inside and looked on the news, and it was like 4 people stabbed to death. I was like, it's like right across the street. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So what he was referring to there is when we watched the canvassing being done, body cams from the canvassing, they knocked on his apartment door. His cat ran out. That's the apartment they were in when his cat ran out, and he was like, "Oh no, that was him." So, that's my understanding is that's Fiddlesticks, the one that Lucy's made all sorts of fun about. and you can see the white tail floating around. It's the same cat. So that's my understanding.
Wow. Yeah. When did you hear about it? Was it those knocks on the door? You woke up the next day? Did these knocks on your apartment door
Well,
wake up? How did you learn about it?
I was already awake. I was just like woke up a little bit. I was still like drinking.
That's what he says, Debbie, that it's abnormal to be having a lot of parties going on a weekend. That makes no sense. That is normal because everybody else has said it too. So
Coffee, and like the cops knocked on my door, and like after they asked me some questions, like right after they left and started like they were starting to talk to the next door over. I looked on my phone and Googled it and found it pretty much instantly, and that's when I knew. And then I think it was like I don't know a couple days later when we like the names were released and we like found out who it was or whatever.
Okay, that was a question I was going to ask. Like, did you initially know that you knew them at all, or did you just know
No,
the
actually,
neighbors?
when I first saw it, I saw the picture I saw. I thought it was actually the house, like the next house over. I was like, oh. But then when I found out it was like, the house of the people that I like, I don't want to say I knew them, but I was like met them. Um, then I was like, damn. And I don't know, it was kind of sad because actually, like they were super cool. Like I really like my neighbors. Um,
Yeah, you had met them. Is that correct?
yeah.
You'd met Kaylee and who else had you met?
I think it was Santa and her boyfriend.
Okay. Okay.
And I think there was like some other people there, but I'm really bad with names. So like I think those like I had to like look at online like the faces to try to like remember them because it was just like it was super brief. But yeah, they were super nice.
yeah, I mean, Jesus, I just realized he says it too. I believe that's what he was meaning, SRB, is that he thought it was the 1112 house when it was actually the 1122 house. Does everybody in this area say super nice? Jesus criminy.
Hey, what's the connection with the black SUV? Because last time this fool was on Outcast panel, um he was supposedly using the Wi-Fi at the YMCA. So when Outcast was interviewing him, he was okay with the details he was giving up until like Bianca started pressing him on the
Yeah.
black SUV. The minute we mentioned the black SUV, this fool panics and he's like, "Oh, they're telling me I gotta go because they're gonna
Yeah.
close. I have to use the YMCA." But I was like, "What the freak?" And then ever since, never came back.
Yeah, I remember. I was watching that, I think, while he was live, and yeah, he said he had some kind of a connection issue where he had to do something, and then he was supposed to call back in, and he never did. I was in there that
Yeah.
night. Yeah, I remember that. That's a good point, Skull. Why did he get nervous about that? Is he telling the truth about it? Hell, I'd read. He can come over here. I'll do an interview over here if I can reach out to him.
Right.
If he'll do it. I think I might reach out to him, you guys, just to see what happens. But yeah, that's a good point you're making. Like when that got brought up, he got weird and he started to like kind of back down a little bit, and then he all of a sudden he had to go and he never came back. So
Yeah, because I'm like, if he prepared for it. It was planned ahead of time. That to me, I'm like, since when does the YMCA have private rooms where you can use Wi-Fi like that? I'm like, that does not make sense.
it didn't. Mine don't hear. I've never heard of that, bro. Never. That's
Right?
very strange. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And see, here's my understanding: is he had back at this point in time. My understanding was he had two apartments and one here and one in Pullman, I thought, and which is odd to me as well. You don't need to have it's 9 minutes away. Why would you need to have an apartment in another town that's 9 minutes away when you have this apartment? So I don't know. Um, I don't know why he does any of the things. Oh, that would be why.
Bubbly just sent me the info. I'm gonna paste it in the chat here on the StreamYard. I'm
Okay,
just
yeah,
send
you can drop
okay.
it in the private chat. And let's see, top floor Queen Apartments, the longest one towards the back, about 3/4 of the way down is where he was at. Cool. Anything you want to have link wise, just drop it in the private chat and I'll pull it out of there, bro.
Oh, okay, bet. So maybe after this interview, we can watch this other one where
Yeah.
this fool looks like he's beamed up. His pupils are freaking dilated. His brows are
Okay.
twitching, and I'm just like, this fucker's on meth.
He's doing
Mm,
something for sure. I agree with you on that one. I
yeah.
absolutely agree. So yeah, we can watch that for sure as soon as this one's done.
Okay, sounds good.
Say what again, SRB? What's up, Senor? Which part did you want me to say again? I'm not sure what you didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Super friendly. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
They're,
You remember?
they're like the best neighbors you could want.
I have a question here that you mentioned hearing a lot of sounds typically from the neighbors. Is this because it's highly populated, poorly?
Oh, Bubbly sent a video over of an interview, I believe, that we're going to catch after this real quick. That's what it was, SRB. Sorry.
Insulated? Tell us a little bit about the neighborhood, because a lot of us,
I
all we see is only on the news. We're trying to grasp what this
guess
neighborhood
you
is
could
like.
I guess you would say it's kind of like an amphitheater here. It's like they live kind of like down like the hill, and then it's like a big open space. Everything's made of wood for the most part, and like they would have little like gatherings outside on their like in the back door, and so I mean, and then they're like drinking a little bit and it's Greek row, so it's like yeah, you can usually hear like parties and like just like
Welcome, Sausage. Great to see you. Lizzie, welcome to you. Great to have all you guys joining us right now. Appreciate you all very much. For those of you that don't know, my guest up here today is Scully, or Skull Mackay. For those of you that don't know, I call him Scully all the time, but
Scully, yep, I love that.
I always called him right. But and then the interview we're watching is the first interview, one of the first interviews done with Inan Harsh, and this is Lauren Matthias, um, with Hidden True Crime. For those of you, so I know some of you guys aren't fans. I've heard it. Let's just try to muddle through this. We have another one to roll after this too, and write things down, guys, that you're not comfortable with, because there's a lot. I'll tell you that much.
uh social drinking chatter, like around the block or whatever. Like usually
Christina says, "Is it possible Enan saw the flashing SUV that pulled in after one, stopped and talked to that guy who seemed to be casing?" I mean, yeah, that could be. It could be. Don't quote me, but it could be. Anything is possible here at this point. So, yeah,
Hey, did
yes, sir.
what
What's up?
did Ethan's brother? Is it true that one of the Chapmans they drove a black SUV that night and parked it there around the house?
We That's something we don't know for sure, but that one that you see parked behind Ethan's Jeep belongs to the Chapins as well.
Okay,
Um, was it driven that night by them? We have no idea yet. I've been trying to
okay,
work that out since I've heard that. Paul believes
yeah,
that Ethan or that Hunter was driving that.
yeah,
And so it's hard to say. You know what I'm saying for sure. So
okay.
hundred
Okay, I
percent.
just wanted to know because I was wondering if I heard it a while ago, but I was trying to check because I'm like that SUV's brought up, but I had no idea how
Yeah,
it's
no,
connected.
no,
Okay,
it's a good question. It's a really good question because none of us are actually 100% positive about that. It's being said, but therefore, again, we don't know for sure. So
on weekends. It's kind of like, similar vibe of like what you'd think of like a small downtown city, like, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Frat houses, two fraternity homes probably have a decent amount of parties going on if it's a college
Yeah.
town. Is that?
And lots of the block parties are kind of popular too. Like they'll kind of like, like get in big crowds and then kind of like wander around, you know what I mean? Just like go throughout campus and stuff. Not so much lately, but like you go from like sometimes they only stay at a house for like an hour or two, and then they like kind of like wander around and stuff.
That that
I
makes
guess it's in
sense.
the winter a little bit less, but yeah.
Okay. And are
They
you?
were.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah, what
sorry,
time
to
is it
find the
now?
question. They
Yeah,
were
what?
at like I want to say 1 ish p.m. 1:30
Okay. So
from
shortly
the.
after the police were called, then, in other words.
Yeah, they came almost instantly. It was a
Okay.
big deal.
We have another question here. Are you a student? How long have you lived there?
I'm not
Um,
a student. I've been cooking for like 6 years now, 5 years.
Okay.
I've lived here off and on for 20. What was the last question? I missed it.
Um, let's see. It was. Are you familiar with the activities at the house? I assume they mean the crime scene. Like, did you were at their house when you met them, right? I'm referring
No,
to a Reddit
I ran
thing
them.
you
They
put
were
out.
actually outside. I never went inside.
Okay.
But no, I didn't. I didn't like. I was in my apartment all night. So
Okay.
uh,
The night of the murders or the crime, you were in your
yeah,
apartment all
I
night.
never really hung out with them. So like, to me they were just like some normal sorority girls that drink every once in a while on the weekends. So
Mhm, mhm. Okay, and, yeah, and when I was asking you about meeting them, I want everybody else to know, you know, and I know, but, you also decided to share an AMA on Reddit recently, which is when I reached out to you, and you did kind of mention meeting
And I'm gonna read that thing to you from Reddit to you guys. It's kind of wild, so be prepared for that.
them, or at least Kaylee, and maybe you think you might have met Xana and her boyfriend, that would be Ethan. Bringing them a bottle of wine, perhaps? Was that what happened? Or share us, can you take us to meeting
yeah,
and
because
what that was
I
like?
think the person I think I remember most is Kaylee, and like when I introduced myself, I think she was like the first one I shook hands with. And yeah, I just had like this. It was a pretty nice bottle of wine. I don't remember what kind it was, but it was pretty expensive. And I was cooking with it, and I wasn't gonna finish it, and I was like taking my trash out. So I don't remember where I was outside, and I was just like like chit chatting, drinking a little bit, playing some cool music, and so I like was like went down, and they were like drinking some beer, and I was just like asked her if she wanted this bottle of wine. I wasn't gonna finish this, and they were like, "Yeah, fuck yeah."
Okay, so
And
he
then
does offer her
and
one.
then I just
What'd you say, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just didn't hear what you
Oh,
said.
okay. I was gonna ask you. I'm like, is it true that this fool offered them wine, but he just said it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like it was cooking wine. He said it's an expensive bottle of wine that he was cooking with. I think it was some kind of cooking sherry or something that he may have had at the very least, and said he offers it to these girls. Can you see him truly and honestly accepting this from him and acting that way over that?
Hell no.
No. Sorry, it just doesn't make no damn sense. But okay, I'll let you have your little dream, bro. Um, it's like a partial bottle of wine. No, he was drinking out of it. There's no way in hell they're gonna accept this from this guy and go
And
on
then it
drink.
sounds like he's saying, "Oh yeah, there's so much going on around here." Nah, homie. I feel like you're not invited to these parties. That's why you got nothing going on.
You're right. Yeah, definitely, bro. That's 100% how I see it as well.
Yeah.
That's right, meanie. Who gives their neighbors an open bottle of wine that you're sitting there drinking out of? With like, no, come on, dude, come back to this planet, please. Randy Fur, good to
Uh,
see you, brother.
he
Yeah,
really finds himself hot, dude. I wish I had this kind of confidence.
he does. He does. I agree with that, man. And they probably did. I agree with her. They probably accepted it and tossed it because just to be polite. You know what I mean? Yeah, he said it was some kind of wine that he was cooking with. I just, I thought you said it was. I turned it down, Randy. Hold on a minute. All right. Yeah, exactly. During and right after COVID. Come on now.
COVID. I forgot about COVID, especially during COVID. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's no way. No way. Big Red Fay, welcome. Good to see you. I would have told him, oh, hell no. I don't. Yeah, and these girls, I can see Kaylee, saying, oh, thank you. So nice of you. And then when he turns around and tossing it in the garbage. Just honestly, you know what I mean? I think that's Scully's smoke detector beeping, if that's what you're hearing, probably. That's what it sounds like. Either way. All right, on we go.
just introduced like the neighbor, like I lived upstairs, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, they were super nice and smiley, and that's pretty much all I
Yeah,
remember. I
you
never met
referred
him
to
after that. I
okay,
was like, I always thought about crashing their party sometimes, but I never actually like did it. I usually got my own thing going on.
yeah.
But
Yeah, you referred to them in the Reddit AMA as beautiful, joyful, I can't remember the other 2 adjectives, but
yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah, they seem very cool. My
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, and some of my coworkers actually went to high school with them in Coeur d'Alene, so it's like it's a trip for us. So Yeah, and they said they're super cool too. So it's crazy that it's like as you think when you think about these people getting stabbed, it's kind of like horrifying because it makes you think that it can happen to anyone. Like not just like people who are doing some shit. You know what I mean? Like just like normal people every day. And I think that's the really like spooky, scary part right now to some people.
Yeah. What's your thought about the luxury SUV now, looking back? You probably didn't think too much of it then. In any ideas?
No, not really. It's pretty decked out. I think how like rims, tinted windows. You just look at cool car, and that's why I noticed it. But I didn't like, I just assumed it was like one of the, the people's parents. Like a lot of the students here have really rich parents, and they have nice cars. So that's just kind of what it, like seemed like to me. Um, and I don't know. I saw like I think it was a kind of like a deserty. It might have been. It was either like Arizona. It might even been Colorado, but I think or like Montana. And like I saw one of those cars like parked up on the hill of our lot a lot. I'm wondering if it was a white Elantra. I'm thinking back and I can't remember. Like I don't want to say it was or not, but that was the only other car I noticed that didn't seem like someone that lives there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not that observant, but I'm pretty. I'd say I'm more observant than like most people, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, you're coming up with hella details on this. You're pretty detailed, or you're just making it up. So there's that. Just saying.
Liz is asking, did you know that your coworkers knew them before or after the
No,
murder?
no. One of the like the next day I went to work. I had one of the dudes talk down and talk to me, and just like asked me how I was doing and talk, and was telling me how like knew some of the people or something, and like it's like, well, that's crazy. But I mean, that's like Coeur d'Alene's pretty local. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
it's not that far off.
Right. And that's where you work then, is Coeur d'Alene. Is that,
No,
did
I
you say?
work in Moscow. No, I work in
Oh,
Pullman.
you
Sorry.
went to high school with them in Coeur d'Alene and you work in Moscow. That makes
No,
more
I didn't
sense.
go to high school with them. One of my coworkers did. I
Okay.
went to I went to school in Pullman.
Okay. All right. Sleuth Mom, it's good to see you. I want to let people know that for those
Look at his
missing.
eyebrows. Oh my god.
I know we said that years ago. Like you bushy eyebrows. Like if that's a thing. Mm-hmm.
No,
You
the
know what I
aside
mean?
from that is twitching when it
Yeah.
throws me off when he does that.
No, right. And that's what SRB was talking about. Watch his facial expressions change so regularly throughout this whole thing. It's crazy as hell. Welcome, Karen. Good to see you. All you guys jumping in. Thank you for joining us.
Wonderful job covering important cases. Thanks for being here with us, Sleuth Mom. There's some audio. I wanted to ask you this because you've come forward and said you may or may not have heard a scream. You're thinking about it now, wondering if it was a party sound you heard, or if it was an actual, scream you heard. There has been so much speculation going on, online and social media. I know you know that. You've been a part of that. We'll talk about that later, but um there's been some audio making rounds of a scream, and I was just wondering if you could confirm that that was nothing you provided to any media anywhere, because a lot of people are trying
No,
to make connections there.
I didn't hear about it till basically people were telling me and things like this, and I was like, oh, lol. Yeah, no, complete hoax. Yeah,
Okay.
I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
How many views has it got?
It's on multiple channels, so I couldn't even tell you how many views the
Oh
scream has
wow.
received because there's so many different outlets, not official outlets, but
Yeah, I
YouTubers.
didn't record anything. I don't see how I would record something after I hear something unless I was already recording, which I wasn't. So
Yeah. You've mentioned that you're an artist and that you're a chef. Do you ever stay up late doing your craft, working on things? Do you ever hear what's going on around the neighborhood ever? If you're up
yeah,
late?
I mean, I don't know. No, I guess not. I mean, I usually listen to something, so I mean, I'm usually like zoned in on whatever I'm doing. But I guess it's kind of like on like the parties night. Like the like I don't know, the parties are kind of just like noise to me. So like I hear that, and like every once in a while, like I'll hear like somebody return home really late in the night. But I mean, it's like semi normal, like 3, 4 a.m. Like that's not that late. People go over to people's houses and they hang out for a long time and then they come home on the weekends. Like that's just like college life, I feel like. And like sometimes I'll just like listen to some music in my bedroom to like kind of like tune out like anybody who's like super super late or loud. Um, and then sometimes like you'll hear just like people walking down, like I don't know, sometimes yelling, but not like it doesn't happen like I don't know. It's not super super loud, but it's like it's campus, it's noisy. But I mean, it's like you can hear what's going on. I guess sort of like was close vicinity, but yeah, it's usually just noise. Like there's nothing like you want to listen to. I guess it's kind of weird. I guess like you can kind of like our walls are really thin, so like certain places you can hear like certain areas outside or inside, whatever. But I don't know. The place I think you can hear in that neighbor's house, I guess, is like in the house is like the yard. I feel like the yard is the place where you can hear the most things. Like so if you're gonna hear something that happened at that house, it'd probably be the yard. Like I feel like the sounds inside, I'm guessing, wouldn't carry as much. Just because like again, I think that yard is sort of like almost an amphitheater set up a little bit. It's like it's got the hill and it's like down a little bit, and then above it is like the parking lot and another hill. So it's like I don't know, it's kind of like a meteor like hole in a sense. And so like I think probably like like in the middle the sound probably resonates around.
That makes sense. And you can call me
Diego,
Patrick.
I have a quick question.
Sometimes it's hard to tell what's what. Um, a request for clarification. Back to the SUV one more time that you saw. Can you
I don't
clarify?
think
There's some
so.
confusion in chat. Okay, so you're saying you don't
I don't
think
know
the
though.
SUV he
I
saw
don't.
was
She
Kaylee's
drove a
car?
Ford. I don't know. Ford's not that luxury to me. I don't think I would have noticed that. I mean, it's a nice car, but I don't think it wouldn't stand out to me. I don't know. It just stood out to me because like I drive kind of a sketchy car, and it's kind
What'd you say, bud?
Did because based on what he's saying, he's talking about like the acoustics of the area, how the house it was like a fishbowl, right, where the house was in the center of all those buildings. But the neighbors that they questioned or interviewed, did they all claim that they didn't hear a single thing, like all
Yeah,
of them?
yeah. Basically,
Oh,
other than the music and somewhat, possible partying going on.
so Enon's like the only one that's going out there saying that he possibly heard a scream.
The only one that I've heard. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh my God, that's just wild. Okay, okay.
Right, and yeah, Stump's got it right. Like this guy has details about the details exactly. Absolutely.
That's funny. Details about the details.
Right, right.
of decked out, and it's like I don't know. I noticed like I've always been into like cars with like rims and tinted windows and stuff like that, and this was like one of those cars I'd be like, man, probably if I was younger and rich, I probably would have bought it. So I think that's why it stood out to me. But like, yeah, it just
Okay.
it seemed like either a baller or like somebody's rich parents. That's kind of how I saw it.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's the speculation? Do you talk to neighbors? What are people saying about this? It's been
No,
4 weeks
I'm a
and then
hermit.
no
I'm super
police.
hermit. I don't
Okay.
really talk to anyone. I talk to a few of my really old friends. I hang with my coworkers sometimes. Um,
Typically unique, right? He might be
and
the only one
most of
telling
the
the
time,
truth.
Exactly. What if he is the only one telling the truth out of all this mess? We don't know.
And then we're smearing the poor guy. Watch him he
Right,
actually
right,
be freaking innocent. Oh God. Sometimes like the simplest explanation when it comes to these cases is like the most likely outcome. But no one's speaking up.
right. Absolutely.
my crafts, like I don't know. I have a yeah, and I have like I don't know. There's like a girl I hang out with, and that's about it.
Okay. Okay. Um, does it make you nervous at all that this is unsolved? Do you feel
A
nervous?
little bit, yeah.
A little bit?
Just I mean, it's pretty brutal and like I don't know, thought out killing, I guess. Like it's like kind of scary, and it also kind of scary that it just happened to some ordinary people. So I think everyone's a little bit spooked now. You know what I mean? Like, I guess in the city, the shit's like semi-normal or whatever, but like not here. Like I don't know. So I think I don't know. It's kind of scary that this would happen ever, like especially in this town. So
Yeah.
and it's like it's like you think about it, it's like what kind of protection can you get these cases? Like you can lock your windows, you can like put strips and stuff. You can get a gun, but like this dude like went in the house and killed them before they could really react. They grab a gun or whatever and left, and not anybody knowing. Like that's scary. You know what I mean? So like thinking about people doing that out, especially like on your block, is pretty spooky.
Yeah. That absolutely it is. It's and thank you. Hello from England. We are so sorry to hear such a horrific crime, they said. Thank you so much. Um, have you talked to law enforcement since that first day they came over and asked you if you'd heard anything or where you
Uh,
were
yeah, I did once.
once? Did they
Yeah.
come over to the neighborhood again to talk to everyone, or did you go talk to them about
No,
what
I
you
wouldn't.
heard? Or?
I just talked to them later.
Okay. Um, anything else you want to tell us about that, or is that a
No,
off
not
the
really.
record thing? Okay.
That's off the record, chef.
Res- Thank you. And by the way, this is a channel where I will ask a lot of questions, but I also respect my guests. For those wondering if something's off the record or you don't ever want to answer, that's all you need to say and we move on. So thank you. You posted on your Facebook. I'm going here, by the way, to my phone to look at questions that I have written for you. And I'm also getting questions over in chat. While I look, you have mentioned on your own social media pages and even posted some of the proof that you've been getting harassed yourself and feeling the wrath of true crime sleuth and speculation. Can you tell us a little bit about that or what you've been going through?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of, if I mean, it's almost hilarious to me that people think I did it, and they're like telling me like, "Yo, you did it," and it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like the equivalent to like flat Earth theory to me when I like read some of these like Reddit conspiracies and shit. Um, I don't know.
This whole
I'm
flat Earth
mostly
theory.
Say that again, bud.
I'm like, this guy, he's talking about like the flat Earth theory. But
Uh-huh.
it's funny though, because hasn't there been other cases where usually people that have inserted themselves, like with the news anchors that are on the
Yeah.
site, and they end up being the ones that committed the crime? I'm pretty sure there's been multiple cases where like they insert themselves, like this guy.
Yeah, and he seemed, whether he's acting the way he is or not, if you saw the smirk on his face, I think he enjoys the attention he was getting at this time. Honest to God, I do. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he gets a high off of it.
Absolutely.
but try sometimes like reading really gets to me, but I don't know. It's the other time it's just like it's almost entertaining to me, but it's a little bit scary too. I'm like, what are these people trying to get me? But it's whatever.
Yeah. Cheshire Cat is saying, are there cameras in the area? Do you think anyone might have been able to catch anything that happened?
I
What are your
doubt
thoughts?
very many. No, there's not a lot of thefts or break-ins or murders or really anything that happens here. A lot of people leave their doors unlocked, windows unlocked. Generally pretty safe. Our our apartment complex didn't even really have lights in like the hallway or cameras until like right after. Then they put up like some motion sensors and stuff. But like there's like for the most part this neighborhood's like pretty dark, and we kind of I don't know, I kind of liked it. You know what I mean? It's like at night, like there's no lights, and you kind of go to sleep really easily. Um, but yeah, I don't think very many people have cameras because they don't really feel unsafe in this neighborhood or whatever. Most people know people too, so it's like whatever. Yeah, it's not a really sketchy neighborhood, like just a bunch of college kids.
Hey,
Yeah,
someone in chat
I
mentioned
never
that there was
seen.
a lot of death going on there,
Yeah. Um,
and the
there
guy
were a
that we
lot.
saw sorry,
No, you're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
the guy that we saw yesterday, didn't he mention that they broke into his car? The one that was talking about Ethan,
Yes. Yep.
pushing Adderall.
There was a lot of like cars being broken into, apartments being broken into. The neighbors that lived 2 houses over from the 1122 house, I believe, Like they had broken into her car and something with her underwear or something. It was weird. There's a lot of
Oh
weird
my
shit.
god.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on in this area. Like he's acting like nothing happens, just like Dylan said, nothing happens in Moscow.
Pretty
They just
quiet
don't
on it.
report.
Yep.
Yeah, they just don't report it.
They don't report it. Gotcha. Makes
That's what
sense.
it is. There's no reports taken on half this stuff. Molly had pulled the police logs. Like after this happened for like a year, we were looking at the police logs. She probably still does on and off. And they all these things happen, but there's no report taken. All these calls get called in, but no report taken. So nobody knows what the hell's going on, but it's actually going on. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
creepy. And I think they're doing it because if there's no report taken, there's nothing put in the police blotter because it keeps the university looking nice and clean. You
Clean.
know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, see, there she is, Molly. She said she still looks at the log.
Molly Drake in the house. What's up, gang gang?
Right, yeah, so she's still looking at him, and like I said, we would look at these on and off, and there was no report. Multiple calls for domestic violence or for
Oh, he
this
beat
and
his
that.
mom too.
Yeah, that was something he did. Absolutely. Dude, he's out there. He's out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, like there's definitely crimes going on in Moscow. They just don't want you to know about it because they want it to look like this nice, quiet little college town, and it's really truly not. So, just saying. Yep, that's exactly it right there. That's how they keep the crime stats low. Officers responded, no report. And that is 90% of what you see on their police log. So, on we go.
At least one of them had like doorstep neighbors, and I know like just in the 21st century, a lot of people have like security cameras, so there's like probably some stuff around. But it's like me, like I bought a cam for my car just in case whatever. But it's like it's been like like a year, and I still haven't put it in my car. So like
Oh wow.
like
Yeah.
that's how like safe it's like I just like never really felt the need to like actually put it up. But now I'm like I should definitely put that shit up. I wish I had it up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Would people sleep with their doors open in this town? Is that kind of the protocol
I don't
or
know about that far, but I'm
What
not gonna
the
say it's
freak with
never
the
happened.
door open? This lady.
House and the door was open, and I was trying to go to a friend's house when I was like 17. And I like opened it up, and it was just like some dudes on the couch. I was like, "Oops."
Goofy.
Shut the
yeah.
door back to halfway. I was like, "Oops." Went to the next house. It's like, "Oh, cool. This is the right one."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Afflicted Angel, a lot of people are just asking for confirmation, which I actually really value. As a journalist, I was a television reporter for 10 years. It's really good to hear and see things and then to ask for more confirmation always. So they're asking, is this actually you commenting
yes,
on Reddit doing the AMA? They want to know
yes.
that. Yes, this is him. Thank you. Thank you for answering that. Thank you, Sleuth Mom, for reminding people that this is very true. I'm trying to read everything in chat, and some moderators are helping a bit, but it's I am missing some things. You can send and post something in a super chat or leave something in comment, but I don't know if we'll have the same guest again. So I'll do my best though to get to your questions. And thank you again for being here. A lot of thank yous are coming through for you being here and coming forward. Um, so, uh, what have you heard anything about the alcohol offense at 3 a.m.? Do you know about that? It was behind the Sigma Chi house, and we have body cam footage from that. Do you know anything about that or heard of
I
that?
haven't. It's the first I've heard of it. I don't
Okay.
really pay attention to the media or news really at all. I'm a stick juggler. I kind of in my own world most of the time. Um, but yeah, no. I don't. I'm super hermit. I kind of like I live like one of the most introverted lives you can imagine. Um, but no, I'm curious though. Tell me about it.
Well, it was, and I already have one correction. Thank you to everyone in chat helping me with these little details. It was on the band field. It was about 3 a.m. There's body cam footage now that has come out from it. It was the morning of the murders. So people are, zeroing in on different things they're seeing in the body cam footage that was released, taken on the band field at 3 a.m. And I know that you sometimes hear things, not always. You say you were asleep all night. What time did you go to bed that night, by the way?
I don't know. I'm probably around like 2:30 to 4 a.m.
Okay.
I don't really look at the time after I get at home. So it's
2:30 or 4 a.m. Like, what the hell? Not
Kind
2:30
of
or 3.
those.
Like
It's
this.
funny he mentions those two timestamps because we always have
Yeah.
been fixated on those two timestamps, and he's a little self-reporting. And convenient that all these people that live around conveniently were either not there or were coming from work between those hours, or either they went to sleep early and slept until like what 10 the next morning.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's interesting as hell for sure. Yeah, he completely skips that on. I don't know. That's just weird that he said that. Sorry.
all just like an estimate, but that's probably the range based off of the activities that I was doing.
Yeah. One more confirmation having to do with SUVs, but now this is about Kaylee's or some. Can you confirm if there was a black Explorer that was parked there daily? It was parked behind a red Jeep inside the crime scene tape. Everybody was sort
I
of.
don't think it was that one. No, I'm gonna review the footage again, but I don't think it was that one.
Did you
Uh,
see a black Explorer that was parked there daily with crime scene tape around? Or did you notice the vehicles that were
yeah, I
inside the crime scene
think
tape?
so. I think I noticed a lot of like dark SUVs, and I just kind of assumed they were like FBI or police or something. But this was like this. I'm pretty sure this other car was different. Um, and it had out of state plates. That's one of the things I noticed about it. I think this one didn't have out of state. The Ford Explorer, whatever. I don't think that had out of state plates. I could be wrong, but this one definitely had. It was like I almost want to say it was Utah, honestly, but it was like barren.
All right. So far he said Arizona, then Montana, and now he's saying Utah plates on this SUV thing.
It was night. It was hard to see, but it was like barren places, like deserty. It's like Arizona or Utah, Colorado, Montana. It's like mountainy, maybe. I think it might have been mountainy, but yeah. So those are. I only saw two cars that had out of state plates. So
Okay. Julie is asking, genuinely curious. She's not being confrontational, and I can confirm
no, you're
that
good.
because Julie is a very curious person. She's
Vaulted
curious. She's
ceilings.
why would
Vaulted
an introvert move
ceilings.
to a party town? Go ahead. Sorry.
This is the only place I could afford with vaulted ceilings. So I could juggle at home. Um, I need like at least like 10, 11, 12, 13 foot clearance. So um, it's hard to find. The apartments like that are hard to find anywhere. So like the ones with vaulted ceilings are usually like luxury places. So you have to pay like a premium for them.
Okay.
So this was cool. I was living in Pullman, so I was like paying a lot, and I had because of my felonies, I couldn't really move anywhere for 7 years. So after 7 years, I instantly moved into the first place available with vaulted ceilings. And this is where I ended up.
Gotcha. I will
And
admit I've been admiring the ceilings in the background. They're beautiful. Those wood ceilings.
yeah, pretty dope place.
Yeah. Miss Wales asked, did the dog bark lots or did you know? And I think they're referring to
I did
Murphy.
not know the dog.
Okay.
No, I never met the dog. I didn't know there was a dog until pretty recently, actually. Someone asked me why the dog was spared, and that's the first time I heard about the dog. Um,
Okay. Okay. Um, and did you hear any dogs barking ever? Were dogs typically barking in the
no,
neighborhood or nothing?
no, not really. Not usually. It's usually decently quiet at night. I feel like sometimes I don't know. I usually don't hear a lot of animals, honestly.
But in the beginning, he said it's normal for him to hear screaming at night. So there's that. He's contradicted himself multiple times.
I feel like if my cat will maybe make a dog bark every once in a while, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, our deal here is you don't, this is like, consider this like Reddit AMA. You can answer any questions here you want, and you don't have to answer any questions you want. But Jamie is asking, he says, where did it go? Someone is asking, this was not it, but somebody was asking if you wanted to go further. They mentioned you had a felony, and you talked a little bit about this on Reddit AMA. Do you want to go into that now, or?
I've got 3. Well, I don't have 3 anymore. They're expired, so they're off my record now. As of like 3 years ago. So
Oh,
it's been
okay.
like 10 years. But yeah, I had 3. Had a possession of marijuana. Had a possession of MDMA with intent to deliver, and I had a delivery of MDMA.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, and let's see. We lost you for a bit. Are you back? You're
Yeah.
back. Can we hear you? Okay, we can hear you. All right. Thank you, Stephanie B, for reminding everyone that's here to please, if you like these types of interviews, hit like and subscribe. It helps us know what we should continue doing as a channel. And Liz is asking, this is a great question, and I want to take this question a little bit further. She is asking, have there been any normal parties at the Sigma Chi house since the incident, or any parties, or has it been really quiet?
No, I
since?
haven't. I haven't really noticed anything since then. But I honestly haven't been really I haven't been home as much lately on the weekends, but yeah, it's been pretty quiet, honestly. No, because there's definitely been no parties at that house recently, and I think there was like maybe one, but I can't really remember anything outside of that. It's been pretty tame recently.
Okay. Yeah, has it been quieter around town since this event?
Yeah, I
event,
mean,
that
it's
was a-
also like you have to think about it too, like the cops are everywhere,
horrible
right?
crime.
Like nobody wants to party. Like the cops are like there's like probably like 20 cops parked in like the parking lot next to our neighborhood. Like, and there's like probably like another 5 like in the house like all day. There's always one that's there all night. So it's like I don't think anyone's trying to party with, you know what I mean? Like for whatever reason. So it's kind of funny. I thought they were like, just trying to like speed trap and pull people over for like the first few weeks, but then I realized that they're just nonstop working on this case. So they're always here. But I'm sure people are trying to throw parties with that happening. You know what I mean?
Right. Totally. Liz, thank you. And I want to correct my words. I called what has happened 4 weeks ago an event. What I mean is an absolutely horrendous crime and tragedy. Forgive my sometimes not the best words I use. I don't mean to. Lives can be hard while I'm multitasking with chat. There was a great question from Julie Holden. I don't see it now, but essentially, has the restaurant you work in, without telling us what that restaurant is, has it been quieter?
No, I mean, people can't stop telling me about the conspiracy theories, and it's actually been providing a little bit of humor in these times, because they're pretty hilarious individuals. So like I don't know, they just keep like making fun of these new conspiracies, and so it's been an interesting time for sure. The first week it was really quiet. I didn't say like probably like really anything for the first few days. Like I was at work after it happened, but after a few weeks, it's starting to get better. I don't know. I have the other day I was thinking about it and I was pretty quiet, but we've been trying to like, I don't know. It's best to just try not to think about it, right now. But it's hard also because like we're surrounded by it everywhere. But
Right. Yeah, speaking of speculations, you live in the neighborhood, which means there was somebody that, did this. Do you speculate without naming names? We don't want to name any names or anything or identify people on our channel, but do you ever speculate about who could have possibly done this?
I mean, for sure, but no one fits the bill. Honestly, when I think about all my neighbors, I'm just like, no way. Like everyone, I think, even like, who might have killed them at the slightest inconvenience, is just completely irrational and ridiculous. Like when I think about any like individual personally, like any personal like neighbor, like anyone in this area, I'm just like, there's no way. Like they're all like pretty normal people. They all got their own shit going on. To think of them doing this is just absurd. But
So with
yeah,
that being said, what none of your neighbors fit the bill, what type of person do you think this might have been? What do you think the motive was?
I am looking into
Logan's in the house. What's up, girly girl? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing good.
the. I don't know if it's true, but someone I was looking into a report that said it was like almost a blunt, heavy object, and a really strong person did it. I'm kind of imagining like maybe like a hunter dude, like some like super mentally ill dude who's maybe experienced with hunting, who has like some type of like farm blunt stabbing object and just like really waited patiently.
Hunter dude, really strong with a farm blunt stabby object. What in the actual hell are you talking about, bro?
Too much details. That's too many details.
Way too many details. I
And
fully
then
agree.
she's not asking. She's not asking how did you think this was committed or planned out. She's asking who do you think the guy or what type of person would fit the. I don't know. This guy's it's super sketch.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an understatement, bro. 100%. Yeah, I agree, Jess. Good to see you, Jess. And guys, make sure we drop Bronx Tales link in here, please, and thank you. You guys got to make sure to subscribe to Bronx Tales, a true crime. If you have not yet done it, please do that. What are you doing with your lives? Come on now. Technically, this dude, yeah, 100%. Way too many details. Like they said earlier, he's got details of the details. It's crazy. On we go.
Until everything was really quiet, like maybe he knew about this weekend was being quiet and then went in there and did it. But I don't know, it's like it's so bizarre, like nothing thinking about it's hard to think about it because I think the first thing I try to think about is a motive, and that's like
Thank you,
it
SRB.
just draws me into a bunch of blanks. So yeah, but I mean there's like there's
Of course, you're gonna have blanks on motive. If you had no connection with them and hardly knew them, why would you even come up with a motive, Enan?
Exactly. To insert himself. He wanted in my opinion, but that's why we're doing this. I think he just wanted attention. This is my opinion thus far, but you never know. There's some sketchy shit here for sure.
Reasoning. So like,
we lost you for a bit, or at least on my end. If you want to try to, I'm going to.
That was my whole point, Sausage. What in the world would make him describe a weapon that way? Thank you. That's my point right there. It's just strange, completely strange.
Try to refresh this and see while we can see if we get him back to ask him more questions. Somebody's asking if he was paid for this interview. Absolutely not. This was something I requested. He only did.
Him getting paid. I'm sorry, that was funny.
Is not being paid, and Hidden True Crime has never paid for an interview. Nor have we been paid for an interview we've done. Let's see. I'm going to try to remove and bring him back. Nothing. Chef Dizzy, if you can hear me,
he's known for doing this, by the way.
Refreshing. We'll wait for a little bit longer. I am seeing chats. They are going very, very fast. Stick with me here to see if we might have fully lost him now. But again, we'll wait for a little bit and see if he can't get back on. I'm going to check Go Murders, Crime Much.
So that was the whole interview. He's known for dropping out like that out of nowhere. It's almost like when he gets to a point where he's uncomfortable with questions. It's the same thing he did over at Outcast that Scully brought up a little bit ago. What's up, Robert? Good to see you, bud. He does this. He just it's a thing. So anyway, moving on to this next interview is interesting. I'll say that much. Hold on here. Where's it at? Is it the one you dropped yesterday back here, Skull?
I sent it to you. Oh, actually, I made a playlist of it. Let me go ahead and send you the playlist on Discord. One sec.
I have one that's got highlights, interview highlights that you sent me. It might be the same one. All right, let's see here. I got a few. Thank you guys all very much for joining us today. Appreciate that. It was
All right.
it was a few months ago, I think, Jesse. Did you send it? All right, bud.
Yeah.
That's the one I wanted to jump on to next. 1 minute. All right. Here we go. One minute. All right, so this is Bubbly put this out. And there's Bubbly's link as well. Here we go. Excuse me.
This one is from I remember watching this woman. It was I think it was the same night or same day or whatever that he did the interview with Frank, and he was late to Frank's. I don't know if that's the first or the second time. I don't remember which one because I think he did two with Frank. But anyway, he was late and Frank was getting upset. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, this chick right here was told about an interview too, and she went. I mean, actually, I think she even went and got a room away from her house because there was noise there and stuff. So she had like paid out for a room, to do the woman. And there's some things that he did that when I saw that. That's where that starts. His facial expressions, his body, he's just.
Yeah, you really got to pay attention to his body language, his facial expressions, and I agree with Scully. Like, I swear he was on something for this one for sure. So
He'll
just
zoom
watch him.
into his face. So in a big Bubbly zooms into his face. Look how blasted his left. His right,
Yeah.
or left. Yeah, it's like pitch black, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember this one. This is one that didn't get put out too much. Thank you to Bubbly for putting this together because he's right, guys. This is nuts.
You're bringing the memory. You're remembering something. That's what he looks like to me. He doesn't have a fun and or chef. I thought he didn't like to be called that. I thought he said he was
Raise yourself because I had to mute myself on my stream because his laugh is contagious. All of a sudden, he's like, "No!"
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for coming to Crowdsourced Illuminations to see Inan Harsh. Thanks for coming, Inan, or Chef Dizzy.
Thanks, y'all.
So anyway, just to kind of catch folks up if they haven't heard of the Idaho 12, Chapin Berger was arrested and a neighbor of where the students lived, and he joins us this evening to tell us a little about his experience, what it's been like dealing with the tragedy, but also as well as being thrust into the public eye. And I'm going to the video, so I'll do that real quick.
This part's uncomfortable.
So Inan, thanks again for being here.
Yeah.
And I know that you're tired, you're exhausted, you've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Did you get your website set up?
Most of it. I have it. So I got my portfolio done. I haven't finished my my GoDaddy site, but yeah, you can check it out. Gills.com will redirect you to my Adobe site. And it's just like it's kind of a rough draft, but yeah, it's up there now.
Okay, hang on. What did you say the name of it was?
Gills.com, GILLSZ.com.
Oops. www. Oops. Oh my goodness. GILLZ. What'd you say?
It's GILLSZ.com.
Typically, that's funny. She says that he was gonna try to sell merch.
And then they
Yep.
just search you up on there.
Oh, I guess it didn't go up. Hold up.
Yeah, his laugh kills me, you guys. Literally.
So I'm popping some things in here in the middle just to show you how different he can look from picture to picture and what a chameleon he is. Because
Truly.
he can change his looks, I mean, drastically. He can look old. Look at him. He looks freaked out right there. He looks adamant right there. Go ahead. He looks kind of, what's going on? Now he looks sweet and innocent. I mean, his looks change so much.
There's been a couple times I've seen, like, he has, like, this look. It's like a sociopathic look.
Yeah, I guess
Crazy,
only my Adobe site is up right now. Hold on, let me get that.
Going on over there. Video.
I'm trying to get to the interview part. Just
I mean, look at him. you
bear with
guys.
me.
It's mostly Did you find my Etsy shop on there?
Yeah, I got your Etsy and your YouTube, and they're both linked in the description of this video.
Nice.
I just edited it while we were looking.
Cool. I
So
think
we
you can,
should-
yeah. I have a website somewhere on my YouTube too. I'll post it up there if it's not up there.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can put it in your about section or something, or
Yeah.
community tab, or okay, that'll work. My cat's decided that it's playtime. So if you hear that, I apologize. My house is not falling down. Kitties.
Oh.
Where's wait, speaking
Hold on, Diego. Is that you mimicking him or what?
Yeah, I just did that. Sorry.
Dude, you got it
myself.
spot on because I was getting freaked the fuck out. I was like, wait, bitch. I'm like, this bitch sounds like he's from far, and all of a sudden he sounds Chris. I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah, that was me. Sorry. That's my fault. His laugh kills me. It always did. I could not sit through any interviews that he did without dying laughing, guys. Because
And then dude, this fucking triggers my fucking Tourette's. I swear to God, because like when he starts doing the eyebrow thing, I start doing the eyebrow thing, and I gotta like stop myself.
I get it. I get it. The dude is all over the place. Like literally all over the place, guys. It's crazy. All right, let's try to get through this.
Yeah.
Is she let me show a picture. Hold on.
Just look at him.
You guys want to see
He looks
her.
insane right
It's
there.
worth it.
This fall, thousands of homeowners in Ohio are switching from gas
Oh
to
my
a
God,
heat
with
pump
these
system.
commercials.
Here's why. These new all
Dude, I want to put tape on his eyebrows so he stops moving them.
Right.
Oh, the little brown
Oh my goodness.
There's fiddlesticks.
He just pressed a bunch of buttons. I hope I didn't just block someone.
The cat
Okay,
looks miserable. Look at the
Anyway,
cat.
There's Tanae.
Aw.
My kitty wanted to see her too, I guess, huh?
Yeah. That's a good picture. Oh,
I know, I love it.
that's cool. You pull that up.
Pets around the house. And so the vet
Give
said,
the
you know what,
interview.
you're probably just going to have to let him outside and he'll kill like every mouse, chipmunk, squirrel, bird within a mile radius, and I don't, you hate to
Right,
do
Donna.
that, but he attacks my other animals, like seriously attacks them. He attacked my head one night when I was asleep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we call him Murder Mittens. He's naughty. But anyway,
murder mittens.
So did you let him outside? He's back in the house now, or?
he comes and goes, yeah.
Okay,
He comes
word.
in, yeah, he goes out just for a few hours during the day, and that seems to
Word.
do the trick for him. I think he just needs to burn energy.
Or yeah.
So he's a good hunter, though.
Sleuthy, that's great.
We had chipmunks chew the wires in my car, and he ended up getting the chipmunks, so that was good.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I know it's sad, kind of, but
No.
chipmunks are really cute.
I feel like we are the third wheel.
No
she
lie.
tries, but she can't jump very high, and she's not very fast. It's kind of funny to watch her actually hunt.
Yeah, my cat's a little fuller figured. My other one, the female, and she's not as agile as he is.
Word.
Oh, hey, Joe Kaiser, the night crew. What has it been like for you? Because you haven't really been able to express much on, like, I've seen, a bunch of your interviews. I shouldn't say a bunch because you haven't done a bunch, but I've seen your interviews, and you haven't gotten to talk about like how this has affected you. These were your neighbors, and you met them. I'll be
We all do, SRB. It's not just you.
casually and briefly. Still, you met them, and they were kind to you, and
Just a few more pictures to show you that this is the part coming up that I really want you to check out. Check out his facial expressions. Check out his, I don't even know if to call it emotion. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
to call it.
Bubbly
but
spot on with
Just
pointing out these
what he
different
does when
facial
she's
expressions.
asking him
and
these
shit.
questions, and then when he's answering them, how he can't quite stop. I guess he just keeps talking and digging a deeper hole, and it's so hard to watch, but it's so telling. I mean, this one is a really tough interview. This guy, he should never have done this one, man. I'm telling you, he dug.
Have you guys seen the video where his pants are falling off? Okay, is this one? I think. Oh God.
Know about it,
Yes.
but yeah. Anyway, it's going to be interesting. So here we go.
that they had been, murdered.
I would say shocked, like was pretty up there. A little like heart wrenched. I was pretty. I don't know. I want to find a better word than like sad, but it was
He was heart wrenched, is what he said. He was heart wrenched. I've never heard that term before in my life, but okay.
definitely like kind of heartbreaking a little bit. Kind of like weird just thinking about too, because it's just like murders like that close to your home, like in this type of place.
Yeah.
It was like bizarre. It was like bizarre too.
Now I'm gonna have to make an Enan Harsh song, you guys. It's in my head now.
Do it. I'm here for it. Do it.
Hard to really connect with any emotions just because there's so much distraction from like the media and the world or whatever. So it's like, like kind of went from thinking about like the, like the feelings or whatever, just to like just being like always something going on in the neighborhood or whatever.
Right.
And stuff.
And people were kind of, I don't want to say harassing, but kinda.
For sure, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. You had like people actually harassing, and then you had just like, the people that weren't trying to harass, but just like the amount of influence, you just had so much traffic or whatever. And it's like kind of whatever, but also like this is also like, there's no public roads here. It's just like a private like parking lot or whatever. So maybe like a little bit invasive or whatever after a certain point.
right. Yeah, that whole area was full of, investigators, probably, journalists, all kinds of, looky-loos for a really long time after everything happened.
Yeah, for a while we had like the mailman wouldn't come because they couldn't get in because there was so much like news, like SUVs blocking the road or whatever. So like there's a weird like a while where we just like didn't get mail, and then I think the
Wow.
No.
$15 a month.
No.
Deal ends Friday, April 10th.
Okay, so what you just saw there might look like magic, but it's not. Most trainers completely misunderstand what's actually happening and will tell you barking is about dominance. And if you're the owner, you hear that and you start thinking, all right, I guess I need to be more assertive, more alpha, right? And so you end up raising your voice, you try a shock collar, you keep treats in your pocket all the time, you add more walks to tire them out. And I know some of you even spend thousands of dollars on training programs. And look, you're not crazy for trying that, but that's just the standard playbook. That's what most of the industry teaches. But here's what people don't understand. When a dog is barking like that, like completely losing it, they're usually not being defiant, they're just overstimulated. So I used to train the most elite canine units for tactical operations and things like search and rescue. And what I discovered changed everything. We learned that a dog's behavioral issues like excessive barking isn't about discipline. It's a bio.
That's crazy, you guys.
Sorry, you
that the
guys.
mailman wouldn't even come up there. But I could see that. I mean, because the way they have to drive and pay attention to, what they're doing. But yeah, in the police reports, it talks a lot. It'll bring up, people, people calling, they're out here on the road again, and blah blah blah. And of course, you've got the one guy that monitors the place, the one with the flags and the white kind of truck SUV truck.
Welcome,
truck-like
Kim.
thing.
Hi, Kim.
Like,
Hi, hello, thanks for
I don't
having me.
know what to call
I
him.
like being
He's
here.
fucking the
Like,
place up. He's an angry person.
Hi. Don't throw shade now.
Can't help it. Sorry. Had to do it. The
oh
laugh
my
killed me.
God.
Yeah,
Like,
this
he's
is
so
wild.
funny. Like, I
Pretty
couldn't miss
much.
a little bit of time to come up here and
Hey,
talk
yo,
about
so I was asking chat, who do you think date was better, BK at the DMV or Enon and this lady that's interviewing him?
Bro, like this girl is. I swear to God, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like you said, I feel like the third wheel. It's crazy.
Oh,
It is crazy.
she's flirting with him?
It almost sounds like it. And
Look at her laugh. You could tell she's into him because, like, out of nowhere, she accidentally starts laughing like him. She'll be like, "Oh yeah, my cat." Oh,
yeah, she's laughing just like him. It's crazy. I'm trying to get her to like. She's not even all of this time we've been through this. She's asked him like 2 questions. So
Yeah, her questions are not good.
no,
But remember, I've never I just think he's hilarious. I don't know, like,
he's
if
beyond goofy.
like if he would be
Goofy
the
weird.
one that did it, but didn't he have police records of being in trouble for selling?
He has felonies. I'm gonna read something to you guys here next
Okay.
after these. But yeah,
So he could be
therefore, if he's got
connected in
felonies,
that.
he wouldn't be he'd be in CODIS. Yeah,
He could be connected. Oh, he would be in CODIS. Oh,
but
well, there's unknown male
if
DNA.
he left any prints, that's the thing. There's that, you know.
But I'm thinking
So
if he's connected to the drug world, and
definitely, he claims to be in this thing that he wrote. Yeah, big time.
right, so he could be some kind of supplier or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Just
Yes,
thinking.
you are correct, ma'am. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna move on.
Does not, in my opinion, like women at all. I mean, at all. His Facebook page is actually very vulgar. His cat, that's one that creams all the time. I mean, what's with the big eye on that? That's really weird. The big eye on the back. To me, it was pretty sparse.
Trying to get the police, like landlord, they would try to get the police, like kick them out or whatever, and they would make them clear the roads, and then they would come back like the next day or whatever.
oh God! Now I hear the like. I worked so hard not to talk like that. I think it's a
I
West Coast thing.
I know. I say it a lot too.
Gosh, yeah, that would get old real quick.
Yeah.
And especially, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of a private person, and I really need my quiet time.
For sure.
Yeah, and so that'd put me on edge. All those people just, you feel like you're interfering, just trying to get by to get to your house.
Yes, I mean, in one way it was kind of good, just because when it first happened, we were kind of on our seats.
Someone was mowing the lawn, so I had to stop it for a little bit, but I'm starting it now. Here we go. It looks like it's either smoke's coming out of his mouth or a sunbeam or something. That's weird. But see what I mean about his eyes? He's like staring into space, and they're really beady right now, which is and really dark.
Drugs will do
very
that to
dark.
you.
Okay, here we go.
Did you at least maybe get to meet any of your neighbors or get to know them better than what you had before?
No, not really. I watched a video of a silly body cam yesterday of one of my neighbors. That was kind of funny, but other than that, no, I haven't really.
A body
met my neighbors.
cam of one of your neighbors.
Yeah, it was like a body cam of like a policeman stopping this dude who like I don't know, took a liquid marijuana or whatever. It was just like it's really funny. I don't know, the cops were just
Oh
like
my
questioning
lord.
him.
Well,
He was
they
just
put
like
your
super high.
silly when you got pulled over. Yeah, the body cam from that.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I actually talked to those people too. That was kind of funny.
Oh my god! I even felt bad for the cop that pulled you over.
It's contagious, huh?
I know that before you wouldn't have known, and you
No.
Really curious what her office experiences are like after that video or whatever.
right.
You know, your coworkers giving her shit or just like. And then like coming out, like I noticed some like plates from like Arizona, I want to say, or Montana. It's pretty decked out.
When he covered the plates on this, he hit Arizona, Montana, Utah, and I think there might have been one more. I can't think of who it was, but he just went through the whole, lower half or the West Coast, basically. Anyway,
He
sorry.
stayed in the area. At least he stayed in the general area.
It was like a sandy mountainous area or some shit. He said, "I'm like, dude, like seriously." Yeah, it was different plates for sure. Okay.
I think how like rims and windows. It just looked like a cool car, and that's why I noticed it. But I didn't I just assumed it was like one of the the people's parents. Like a lot of the students here have really rich parents and they have nice cars. So that's just kind of what it like seemed like to me. And I don't know. I saw like I think it was a kind of like a deserty. It might have been. It was either like Arizona. It might even been Colorado. But I think or like Montana. Like I saw one of those cars like parked up on the hill of our lot a lot. I'm wondering if it was a white Elantra. I'm thinking back and I can't remember. Like I don't want to say it was or not, but that was the only other car I noticed that didn't seem like someone that.
Wait, he's claiming that he saw the white Elantra.
He's claiming that he saw one of those cars sitting up on the hill behind the house. I don't know if it was the white Elantra or not. And like Bubbly says, why the hell did he have to mention it? You know what I mean?
I was going to ask you, did he say where he saw it at?
Yeah, it was on the hill up behind the house. Bubbly did a great job on this too. I wish she was she would come in here.
This is hilarious with her putting the license plates up there.
Oh, I know. She did them. And later on in this interview, he throws Utah in here too. And it's like, bro, how many times are you going to do? Like, where are we going to go next? He said, what did he say? Montana, Colorado, Utah. And he's, what the hell? I keep missing the fourth one. Hey, Bubbly is in here. What's
Nevada?
up, Bubbly?
Nevada?
No, he didn't. Arizona. That was it. Arizona. Good to see you,
she's
Bubbly.
got a good point on the screen there too. That remember all those black SUVs that were at the Sigma Chi house? Like that's what the law enforcement bigwigs drive.
Yep. The massive amount of the drug task force that was in the area is a very good point, Bubbly. Very good point. This is a great video, by the way. Thank you for putting this together, dear. And thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you. Yeah, Arizona, Colorado, Montana, and Utah. All four of them. You guys make sure to subscribe to Bubbly's channel and hit that like button, notifier, please, and thank you. I'll definitely be disappointed if you don't. She's got so much good information over there. No lie. And she does a great job with it. So make sure you guys do that.
He just knew it was a desert state. He just knew it was a desert state.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this next thing I'm going to show you guys was what Lauren Matthias was talking about when she did his interview. Okay. This AMA thing he did for Reddit. Good Lord have mercy. I might need help with this, but just saying. Let me blow this up a little bit bigger for you guys. All right. Here we go. Hey, this is 3 years ago that this was put out on Reddit, okay? November 30th of 2022. So just what, a week and a half after the murders happened. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have Washington in there, Ange. Hello, my name is Enan Harsh or Chef Dizzy. It's been a few days, and it seems like there's a lot of new news, misinformation, conspiracies, and a lot going on about my existence right now. I'm sure many of you are curious about who I am, how I got here. I haven't had a very average life, and I'm sure to a lot of people, my beliefs, lifestyle, and actions have many will judge and consider immoral. But the truth is, I have a dream. Oh, Lord. A story and a perspective I'd like to share for whoever it may touch and help. I believe in 5 things. Excuse me. Peace, harmony, freedom, love, and happiness. I truly believe this is something human existence can reach, but unfortunately, greed and corruption has pulled us far from the dream, and the consequences of such has impacting individuals across the globe daily. I think that meant is. Where'd it go? So,
I have a
this,
dream.
I was gonna say the same thing. That's all good.
Oh my God.
So, wow, how did I skip that? But first, I would like to send out love and empathy for the family of the victims, unheard of in this town and absolutely horrendous. I can't say that I have ever lost a family member, but in many parts of my life, I had to grow or survive in harsh environments, and I have lost several close friends, and some I consider family. Many others are missing or probably never to be seen again. Um, at many points in my life, I was on my way to be one of them. Meditating on the murders and the suffering brings me to tears sometimes daily. One day, returning from work, I brought my neighbors some wine when they were having a small fire party outside just to meet them. Although it was a short visit, I remember how beautiful, friendly, kind, and joyful they were. So happy. It instantly brightened up my day. I remember going inside and having an inspired, long, and sick flow before stretching and drilling. No idea what that means.
He's
Kaylee,
into yoga and stuff.
yeah,
Yoga.
yeah.
It's a yoga
I
flow. It's a yoga flow.
right. I figured it was something with his thing like that, but didn't know for sure. And he does the fire twirling thing. So, before stretching and drilling, Kaylee were the neighbors you wanted on Greek Road. Partying is expected. To imagine someone wanting to hurt them is beyond disbelief and so sick. Several days ago, I thought I was over the sadness of losing those who
Can I
only
interrupt
brought
you for a
positive
minute?
thoughts to me. Say again?
Can I interrupt you for a minute?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Did he mention Kaylee up there?
Yeah, he did. He
Just
says,
just her?
yeah, he just says, Kaylee were the neighbors you wanted on Greek Road. Yeah, just her. He didn't say the rest of them. And he
Whoa.
did state earlier before that he met um Xana and Ethan, but yeah, Kaylee is the one he seems to be the most centered on through this whole thing.
That's strange.
Very strange. I mean, granted, she's a very pretty girl, so on and so forth, so I can see, but it's almost like I don't even know how. Oops, sorry, Bubbly. I didn't even see you back there, hun. Like I
Bubbly.
said, it's like he was specifically centered on her. Can you hear me, Bubbly?
Just got here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Hi.
I'm not echoing, am I?
No, you sound good.
Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, good.
Hi,
Absolutely.
Bubbly.
Hiya.
How
Hi.
are you today?
Good. Actually, pretty good.
Good. It's great to have you
Yeah.
here.
It's hot here, though. It's got hot all of a sudden.
It got warm here too.
Yeah.
It's
So,
freaking hot.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's hot, but it's definitely warmer than it's been. I think we're sitting at 75 right now, so definitely warmer than it's been for a while.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
I had to stop my other one.
absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope to hear your
That
input
was
on
out
this
there,
too.
too.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, is
So
this?
what
Are
are
you reading his Reddit thing right here? Is that what this is?
yeah, all of this on here. Kim just noticed that he kind of centered in on Kaylee at the beginning of this when he's talking about it as being a neighbor, and he did that before too
Yeah,
on something else he said. The dude
yeah. He knows her
is
name, but he doesn't really know.
right. He's stuck with her name. Yeah, like I think he was kind of fascinated with her personally, in my opinion.
What did he say in the last
Mhm.
interview? He said that he didn't know Ethan and Santa, but who did he say he was familiar with?
He said Xana and her boyfriend. He
He was
didn't know the
familiar
other
with
one.
them.
Yeah, and Kaylee's the one he talked to and offered the wine to, supposedly.
And then who wrote this post right here?
He did.
Oh, okay. And then he only mentions Kaylee, not the other people. Okay.
Yeah. He said, Kaylee, we're the neighbors you wanted on Greek Row, meaning, she was the person you wanted to have as your neighbor, which I think is wild, but okay. All right, on we go. And if you need me to stop, Bubbly, or any of you guys, just let me know. Back up, whatever. Let me know. Several days ago, when I was over the sadness of losing those who brought positive thoughts to me, when I went to check my mail, I saw the posting of their faces and started crying. I was listening to Fallen Soldiers by Cormega, Wu-Tang represent, and not starting thing not only of the recent murders, but starting to think not only of the recent murders, but all the friends I lost, and continued to cry for hours. I went to work 3 hours later, tears still pouring from my face, trying to stay calm for my work duties. I could barely talk to our grill cook and I could tell something was up, but I didn't know how to verbalize the feeling of losing a friend almost every other year. A feeling where you can't focus on anything but the suffering of losing a loved one. The energy burning you in you like a fire causing cuts. Okay. That's a bit of a strange statement in my opinion. The energy burning in you like a fire causing cuts. So take that, think on that for a minute.
Creepy.
He says, say again.
Creepy.
Yes, very much
He's
so.
bragging about his knife skills. He's
Yeah.
talking about like hold on, where does it say it? It says he says he's like his fire cousin cuts to be lightning speed but sloppy. And
Yeah.
it reminds me of the TikTok video. This fucker has great hands when it comes to cutting things.
Oh yeah, he
Especially in
showed.
the restaurant.
Right. Yeah, he opened up his knives one time after this, in the very beginning when he first came out, and showed his whole knife set, made a couple statements on it, and is very good with chopping and cutting because he's a prep cook, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's very weird, very weird. This was written November 30th. It said SRB. So, where did I go? I lost myself. Something was wrong. Fire cut. Cause I'm mainly a prep cook to be lightning speed, but sloppy. I remember almost cutting myself using the anger, sadness, and other emotions to propel my movements. Remembering the kindness of those now gone, and in this case, who had such a bright, happy, and free future, Kaylee Xana and her boyfriend. Those are the only three I remember, but I know all are amazing. Okay, again, he didn't know them though. That's the problem. He knew, according to him, he had that one interaction with Kaylee where he offered her the cooking wine, and that was the end of it. What's up, Creddy? And that was that. I don't understand how in depth this got to be just from that one interaction, but okay, I'll give it to him for right now.
And how is he gonna claim that he's traumatized? I forgot what other interview they're like, oh, you must be traumatized. I'm like, bitch, you're traumatized adjacent. Like the house is
Yeah,
nearby, yes, but how are you gonna be impacted like that if you were like not even there?
agreed. Agreed. Yes, I do agree with you, sir. Um, I keep losing my place. Sorry. Those are the only three I remember, but I know all are amazing. We're real ass human beings. To lose them is such an incredulous loss. I hope the family members find comfort in grief and heal fully with time. Positive prayers and thoughts, and encourage them to try and spend their time on whatever activity brings them joy and or comfort. and from my hippie roots to try and spend time with nature as it heals all wounds. While I don't normally support police, I understand them and do think that there are some real well intentioned and good ones in the force, as I have met a few. In this, in right. And in this case, I do support the homicide department and hope the perpetrator is found and justice is served. While I believe in freedom, there is a line you do not cross. And once you cross that line, it is time to move on to the next physical existence. I hope the family members and close relatives can find peace no matter what the outcome becomes. See, and I don't know what that statement truly means there, but I hope they can find peace no matter what the outcome becomes. That's a weird statement. I'll just say that.
Very weird.
Yeah, and it doesn't make a lot of sense within this. Like, what? No matter what the outcome becomes, like
He leaves it
obvious.
open. He leaves it wide open. Is what he does.
Yeah,
And who goes out
there-
of their way to post on Reddit something
right.
like this?
No, I agree. But yeah, Bubbly's right, guys. That's a very wide open statement to leave to that because it could mean anything. Okay, so
And this would have been way before anybody on YouTube found him, right?
yeah, I believe
So
so.
he was just doing this on his own, and then
Yep,
months later,
absolutely.
yeah. Okay.
It was all his own thing. So I have faced many near-death experiences. I've lived a reckless life, especially in my youth. I've done pretty much whatever I want my entire life. At the same time, I've always believed in compassion, morality, ahimsa, and being the best version of yourself. I have had a lot of struggles with insecurities, incredibly naive and optimistic, and extremely different, and lots of times misunderstood. Sometimes when I think about those, I ask myself, why not me? But I know that's stupid. And while I'm not really religious, I do believe in purpose and destiny. Being here free and alive today, despite my odds, I truly believe I have something to offer to the world. And looking at what's happening globally, it brings me to tears to see how much suffering sentient beings are chronically experiencing. Sentient beings. Okay. I have a story to share, and I think it's one that can touch people in meaningful ways and raise awareness of a lot of problems in the world that many people do not see. And hopefully, this will reach out to those who can use or those just curious about it, and make
This is that
positive,
long
meaningful.
Reddit. This is that
What?
long ass Reddit, isn't it?
It's pretty long.
Right?
Yeah.
I would just copy it and have AI read it to me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It is
I'm gonna
lengthy,
read.
man.
It does go. Let me see here. Yeah, it goes to about right
Oh my God, we
there,
gotta
and
read,
He's
then
writing a whole trilogy over here.
we gotta read the comments. I don't know
then
if
the
I'll be able to
Oh
stay
my
up.
God, read the comments. Yes, yes.
Oh my
the
God.
comments are interesting because of what it was, but yeah. But I think I can read through it pretty quick. Oh, where are we at? I just lost my place. If I keep losing my place, I can't.
Sorry.
Oh no, 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 it's not your fault. Oh, but before we go further, I'd like to share mediation I personally have found very powerful in my healing meditation. I'm sorry, my healing process. I couldn't find the book, but it is from Tibetan Heart Yoga. It is a book my mother gave me that I took for granted and let slip my gaze for almost a decade. Growing up homeschooled up to high school, I had very different youth than most people in this country. I was very close to my mother, but grew distant over the years. My mother faced a lot of suffering and death, had a deep respect for all life, which is sacred, nature, and compassion, which eventually was inherited in my life. She always had a high focus on meditation, yoga, healthy local cooking, and being at peace. It was the respect and desire to be in harmony with all living things in nature and following her ideals, no matter the social status and monetary consequences. That saved my life over and over. With that said, there are two parts. Part two is only to be done after a successful one. It used to be easy for me, but I have not been as consistent with my practices. I rarely do. I'm sorry, and rarely do I ever make it part two these days. When I do, it usually brings me to tears. Part one, the perfect 10, sit on a pillow or floor, whichever is more comfortable, and hold for 15 minutes. Erect your spine as if someone's pulling you up through the top of your string. Slightly tilt the chin down, relax as shoulders, palms on knees, and centered on hips. Relax the body of the rest of the body, while staying erect on the spine. On the end of an exhale, pull your stomach in, engaging your core, creating your Uddiyana, preferably with your eyes closed or mostly shut. Relax your mind and just concentrate on your breathing. The more experienced, well practiced, practice makes permanent, not perfect. Sorry. The longer your breath will be, the longer your breath is, less you will feel stress, anxiety, and worry. But for now, allow a few normal breaths and observe. Now it is time to start. Count rounds of breaths up to 10 to 15 seconds each inhale and 5 to 10 seconds even through. If any thought crosses your mind, start over. When you reach 10, you move on to part 2. Take a flow that is familiar to you. Most Americans choose a flower. It's supposed to be flower. It says flow. Choose a rose, whereas in Tibet, the most common is a lotus. Now imagine a brilliant white diamond shining with radiant golden light that expands beyond your physical self. Now take all of the negative energy and envision it into a black point hole. And on the inhale, slowly pull it in towards your golden flower, radiating light from the brilliant shining white diamond in the center. On your exhales, expand the energy emitting from the flower. Eventually, the negative energy mass will be very close to your flower. Use your mind to focus into the center where the brilliant shining diamond eats it like a sun and uses it to expand more light from the flower. Yoy. Now that your light is more brilliant and expansive, it's time to think about someone you care deeply about who is in suffering and imagine them sitting in front of you with their own diamond and flower. The light is dim and the diamond is barely an ember, yet something is wrong. You can tell they are not feeling well and can sense and see their sadness. Your own flower and diamond are shining bright still and envision this. Think about their struggles and what brings them to suffering. Go deep and into detail and without judgment. Think about their struggles, the sacrifices they have to make to overcome them, and the many ways human existence brings them to suffering, from society to personal health. Now envision all the negative energy and factors that cause them suffering and suck it like a black hole into one black mass. Now slowly start sucking it on your inhales out of their body. When it comes out, you can see some of their sadness leave their body and face, but you can still see it not all removed, as you both still sense the negative energy mass. At the same time, some spark sets to the shining diamond and the golden flower begins to radiate more light. Now, when I'm done reading this, I'm going to explain to you what somebody thought this meant, okay? More than one person, I believe it was. How intense it is from your diamond consuming everything around it, but this mass, now again with one breath, pull it in and allow your diamond to eat it and shine the most brilliantly it has ever shone. Finally, the happiness of your loved one returns to her face and body. You can feel her problems being lifted and see the light return to her face as her flower glows strongly as the shining diamond grows in intensity. Now that both your flowers are bright and radiating expansive, brilliant light, imagine your diamonds emitting a beam of golden light, creating a concentrated ball of energy in the middle. Using 10 breaths, grow it in mass and intensity until the 10th breath, where mass explodes and creates a brilliant golden light, the most bright and intense it's been as it consumes everything. Spend as many breaths here envisioning the omnipresent light. Try to present with at least 3 and then work your way up. There are reports of people spending days in this trance state. A lot of information and misinformation has been dug up about me, and a lot of false media as well. The initial media came from a dope fiend, butthurt, and I'd like to share my version and set the record straight. It said my car was used in a robbery. My car was in a effing mechanic shop at the time. 12 years ago, I was charged with a second robbery with a stolen firearm, possession of mushrooms, MDMA, meth, and opiates. Surprise. I think all charges were dropped, rightfully so, and I went to prison for possession with intent to deliver of MDMA. I'd like to share what happened and how I got there. Growing up, I was very gifted. I was a very gifted student. Did Kim drop off? Yeah, she did. Okay. Um, that was able to excel with putting minimal time into activities. I found myself with a lot of free time as a teen, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, nor did I have any concrete sense of purpose or destiny. I was a bit of an outcast socially, but also very mature, but also very childlike in my youth. And I ended up hanging with much older people. I was dating a 21-year-old at the age of 16. Getting weed was hard back then. I remember it always taking a long time. Quality half the time was ass, and your bags were pinched or stolen. Sometimes I ended up knowing some people, so so started hooking my friends up. After a while, I was tired of all the BS of second man shit and felt like I could do it better myself, I guess. I partly did it to support my own weed habit, and I partly did it because I was tired of seeing my friends and I ripped off all the time. I'm a believer in freedom and Einstein, and in particular, I believe the government should not play the role of a mother. People have to learn how to make their own decisions, and I believe all drugs should be legal so there is a safer and fairer space when it comes to substance. This would not only create purer, safer drugs, it would also make them cheaper, and the people addicted to these substances wouldn't feel so alienated and would be more inclined to seek the help they need. The way alcohol is not treated as a drug socially, but substances like MDMA, that while most party drugs also have clinical users, are treated like the devil.
He's an
Uh,
idiot. He's an idiot because he's not taking into account that not only are you like setting an example to kids your generation, you're setting a bad example to kids themselves. And if these drugs are easily available, he doesn't take MDMA, the repercussions of taking that medication. You could overheat, you could die of a heat stroke from overdosing on MDMA. And
yeah.
he's dumb. Sorry, that triggered me. He's dumb.
No, you got good point. You have a very good point. Of course. Um, a few of my friends would have get-togethers every few months and have a rave. MDMA back then was sketchy as F. It was another market I wanted to change for my community. We were all paying 20, 25, 30 a pill and not always knowing what we were getting. So I brought a testing kit and started doing shit myself again. I probably would have made a lot of money, but instead I would do things like buy an ounce of weed and smoke it in a night with a group of 20 people. I was on probation for drinking at high school football games and was on curfew, so on weekends I would wait for curfew lady to call twice, then I would climb out the window, get a ride to town, take a bus to the west side, and get back in time for school on Monday. One weekend, a lot happened. When I got back, I was napping at a homie's place when I was woken up. Some opiate fiend came in to buy some shit, saw a couple rolls, 100 ecstasy pills, a co-op of weed, picked it up, and ran out the door. My friends told me this dude took a bunch of pills, but they know where he lives from a mutual friend. At the time, a couple people in our group started smoking meth and ended up getting some crazy tweaker shit from them. One of them, a gun. I wanted no part in it, so I did my best to stay out of that field. I had morals and rules, and meth definitely went past what I could believe in and was comfortable with. Yet, I also stayed out of what wasn't my business. Anyways, since they woke me up from my nap, I felt they and I should do something about too. I happen to know someone there who I smoked oxy with a few times back in the day, and so I knew this person. I walked up the back door and pretended I was fiending for opiates. Okay, the dude said he could get some, but it was like 120. It was 120. I would never pay over 80 back then, but I was like, sure. So he led inside and we waited. I saw the rolls I had picked up on the west side, sorry, on the table and the quap of weed. I didn't know that he stole the weed, or I would have picked that up too. I picked up the rolls and ran for the back door. He followed and tried to stop me. So, with the rolls clutched in my hand, I started bashing on his head with my fist until he let go. His friend was right there, and I remember looking at him, expecting him to try and help him, but I think he knew what was up, so he put his hands out and was like, "I'm good. I ain't beef with you, bro." So I opened the back door and left. This piece of shit followed me, jumped on me from behind, and I called for backup. My two friends came running from the parking lot and held him back. Knowing how he snitched and lied to the police to us when he wasn't even looking at getting arrested. Sometimes I think about how I should have beat the shit out of him, but as a pacifist, I had the drugs, so we left. The neighbors heard a commotion and called the police. We tried to throw everything from the house in the car and go out the side parking lot, but we missed a turn, and one of our teammates said something he shouldn't, and the police got probable cause, and we all got fucked. As this dude happened to have the medical marijuana license and said we showed up trying to steal his medical marijuana that he also stole from us. They found the stolen pistol, and boom, second robbery. A part of me wishes I did shoot this piece of shit and left. But karma's a bitch and life goes on, and I don't have much luxury to spend a lot of times with thoughts like that. I was in county for a week, and they wanted a speedy trial after they found out I didn't rob this dude with a pistol and offered me 2 weeks for felony possession of marijuana. My lawyer advised me to wait. The 16-year-old dumbass to me knew better and to take the 2 weeks, but I listened to my lawyer to try and get all the felonies off my record. I ended up doing a year instead. Looking back, what a effing joke. In prison, I learned how to shoot up, as well as how to be humble and grateful. It's quite sad that the people who struggle, usually from environmental, mental, and biological factors, who need the most help and mentorship, are given the most neglect. Many had abusive, meth addicted parents with no financial stability, and eventually, through suffering and neglect, they fall into the same footsteps and do unthinkable things. The fact most of our society still lives on the laws of the government has been feeding us for decades about drugs. The systematically way lowest income bracket populations and minorities are demographically contained in ways that make it hard to get out of poverty. Violence and drug abuse in their communities is heartbreaking to me. When I got out, I didn't have any plans because I didn't think I would make it past the age of 20 or 24. I did drugs heavily, usually what the hell? Recitationally, sorry, but after prison, I didn't start developing more addictive personality traits and became a bit more estranged. I started getting into speedballs, and at one point in my life, I was having an OD almost every other month. I remember one time taking 3 shots of whiskey, then a speedball on top, and then waking up butt naked with my friends giving me CPR in the shower. Having friends like these was something I'm eternally grateful for because in most similar environments, that isn't always likely to happen. Spending a lot of time driving and on desolate roads, I got really comfortable at driving fast. I worked my way up to 110 to 120 miles per hour and wanted to do more, but my car couldn't go faster. I was usually going over 30 on speed limits on any given day, any given time. I almost drove off the bridge going into Seattle, hitting some black ice and a few other times. I thought I was done for good, but have somehow managed to still be living. This is wild. After I was released, I went from 130 to 188 pounds, and I fasted for 3 days, went vegan. I was vegetarian up to the age 18, and at some point before going to prison for a second time, I decided just to run. I was living in a community in the mountains at that point and didn't see why I would leave or something would happen. But this dude came by to go up to Hemp Fest, and we slept in a park that night, and the police came, saw I had a warrant for dealing MDMA, and I got deported back to Washington. The Hemp Fest before that, I ended up parking my car in the wrong spot where it got towed, and I dropped 4 hits of acid of some random strangers for some weed, and I was walking there. While I was walking there, this homeless dude who asked me for some money for some food, I was like, I got food but no money, and started reaching for some organic snacks I had. But he was all angry and said, I don't want your garbage. I was really taken about growing up in my small ass community with no homeless people, but I realized I had never been homeless or in his situation, so I couldn't really judge him. So, walking around listening to Aesop rock, I decided I should see what it's like living without a stable source of shelter or food. So I hopped a train and rode it, trying to get as far away from civilization as possible. At some point, I hopped off and was walking on the tracks and a beach in a forest. Not too long, I noticed a plump Asian lady in a beautiful house with almost all see-through windows looking out. Okay, hold on, I gotta get a drink, guys. Um, Sorry about that.
He sounds like more of a stalker. I haven't heard of one.
Yeah, there's some issues, truly some deep-rooted issues, in my opinion. For sure. So, word the plump Asian lady, beautiful house. I had not succeeded, but I still felt peace. My goal was to walk until I no longer felt an inch of greed in my body and only peace. So I fasted, walked, and lit a fire on the tracks, using it as a blanket for the night. I remember reading a book in prison called The Monolith Man, and it has motivated me to this very day. It's about a dude who sources all the problems of the world to money. And the only way to be the solution is to stop using it. Um, but being reasonable and resourceful, he raised 1,000-ish in cash to get a tent, water, sourced food from a co-ops, and had to throw up food after certain dates, but were still good, usually for a bit after. Biked everywhere, built his thing away from town, and did it for like 3 months. After realizing how much he liked it, he wanted to make plans later to do it for a prolonged period of time. At some point after a few days, I remember reaching my goal, looking at a tree, feeling, and also while breathing in the winds, looking towards on the water on the tracks and being able to feel every electrifying sensation of the wind throughout my whole body. I remember the feeling so good for a moment. I glimpsed the thought of suicide, knowing that once I re entered civilization and society, I would never be able to experience something so satisfying. I think as we grow, though, there is always new realizations that allow us to reach new peaks. When I returned, I realized that there were many others like me out here by choice. I never stopped and carried a sign. I remember as if by God, everything was provided. One time I was just walking down Seattle and this couple walking out of a restaurant looked at me with a box of high end cuisine and stopped me and said, "Hey, you need this more than us," and eating the most yummy Asian noodles of my life. Others showed me where nonprofit kitchens were, and taught me how to survive. Only the first few days were hard, and at some point I ran into some anarchists and squatted up for like a week. Eventually, I was braiding some hemp at a QFC, and this dude who had been eating there for a while looked at me and was like, "Yo, you want a place to stay?" And I was like, "Sure." We walked to Fremont from Capitol Hill, and he lived in a dope ass place with every type of book of learning that you could imagine. I spent my time there landscaping one of his projects he wanted to do and reading his books. We met as friends, and they were cool and introduced me to the Dalai Lama, not in real life. Another one of the books my mother got me was called How to Expand Love by the Dalai Lama as a kid, and it seemed really corny, but as I grew older, I became to realize how powerful of a book it was, along with Buddhism and the Dalai Lama. Throughout the years, I became a big follower and spent most of my time reading and meditation on his concepts. However imperfect of an individual I am, I also came to realize that the dude on the street was just a hater, and I should pay people that no mind. Sorry. Pay people like that no mind. which brought me a lot of peace as I rejoined society in an effort to help alleviate all of its suffering with whatever wisdom, skills, and teachings I could offer. I don't know if it was the best decision, but I believe or tell it to make me feel better that everything happens for a reason. I had warrants. I met my family in Seattle, went home, and served my times. Although I wonder what my life would be like if I had stayed living in Seattle, trying to learn and grow as much as possible. During one of my re ups, my Connect gave me a tour of Seattle, and I ended up randomly buying this book by Bikram called Bikram Yoga at this hippie shop downtown. And I only read up to the warm up series, but this is one of the books and disciplines that have given me the tools of safe passage almost all my life. He talks about Americans and their problems and how the body and mind needs to be maintained like a car. The right way is the hard way. I religiously did the warm up series in their entirety, along with the Tibetan heart yoga, the meditation, and there is some poses after. The potency of its effects on my happiness, mood, health, and well being were undeniable. And I ended up dedicated a big portion of my life to yoga. And at many times, it was my only tool of survival in many of the constrained and restricted environment I had to learn how to grow in while everyone around me was drowning. We're almost done, folks, I promise. But I was also really about the festival life. I grew up very connected to art and music, and the scenes I saw there were always where I wanted to be. I was at a festival one time yelling Molly and ended up selling some to a guy that a cop saw. I was a small timer. I had less than a gram and less than $150 on me, and I ended up going to prison for another year. This time I wanted to refocus on my art and life since it was becoming more and more apparent I wasn't going to die when I thought. Years of surviving made me thrive to build a sustainable and healthy life for myself. I applied and went to Evergreen State, set up. Orientation was a week after I got out of prison for the second time. I went for fine arts and did music and dance composition. I ended up learning how much I love shooting up cocaine and found access and started getting addicted to IV coke. I met another girl very similar to me who also loved to shoot up coke, but mostly opiates. I left a bunch of drugs and money at her place right there, but days later it was stolen and she returned it. When we found out that each other was a trustworthy person and still had beliefs and values despite shooting up a lot of drugs, we became very close and started hanging out all the time because it was a rare ass quality. I remember loving being over there because of her positive attitude. We would shoot up and stay up for like 3 to 4 days. I never felt bad withdrawals or come downs just because she was so fun and pleasant to be around. We would sometimes sleep for 25 hours straight. I had to take UAs every week. So we'd go hard, sit through our come downs, withdrawals, go to school during the week, and get our shit done, and then do it all over again. Absolute insane lifestyle, but I felt like we made it our pretty good, all things considering. I remember when I would eventually walk to my house. I lived downtown. She lived towards campus. It was like a 4 mile walk. And I remember walking over to the bridge, looking over at the water with unimaginable feeling of fatiguelessness. Okay. But finding some comfort in the water and stairs until I made it to long ass steps that led up to Capitol Way. I think a lot of people think I spent my youth in a den shooting up a bunch of drugs, but it isn't true. I only did that several times a month. My preferred activity was to eat 5 grams of mushrooms or 4 tabs of acid, put on some Aesop rock, and go 10+ mile walks. Sorry. It wasn't until college that I started doing hard drugs over psychedelics. Sometimes after my UA, I would preload 10 Coke shots, shoot up in the bathroom every 20 minutes during class. I was in a poetry class, so it was pretty dope. I take a fat ass shot, then go to class and write a bunch of poetry. In all honesty, it was pretty dope. One time on my way to my dealer's house on campus, another girl that I didn't hang out with much wanted to tag along. I got some coke and she got some heroin. We went to her place on campus to bang it up. She took hers, I took mine, and then dropped my needle cap out the window. I went outside to grab it, tried to come back in, no answer, knocked again. Her roommate came and let me in. I didn't see her, so I went to the kitchen. She was on the floor with foam and bubbles coming out of her mouth. I always thought being around death wouldn't phase me at all after all I've been through, but I felt her pulse and couldn't find it or her breathing, and my heart and panic level shot to a 10,000. I also had just took a 12-gram sheen shot, and I remembered wanting nothing more than for her to live. I dragged her into the bathroom, grabbed all the illicit shit I saw in my cursory glance, threw it in my backpack, and gave it to the first person I knew outside. They didn't know I shot up, but were pretty cool about the situation. It was like 10 total of me opening the door, seeing a friend, and like, I need you to take this ASAP. Went back inside, started running cold bath water on her. Wasn't really working due to awkwardness of space. So I reevaluated and started pumping her chest and giving her mouth to mouth. Her roommate came in and asked if we should call the cops. And I said, I don't know. And she was like, I'm calling the cops. I was like, okay. About a minute later, I heard her breathing again and a huge feeling of relief. Please don't call the cops, she said as knock came at the door. And I'm like, they're already here. Girl never took The girl never took her fentanyl wash earlier that day in her spoon, and she used to shoot up the heroin she got from my dealer's house and instantly died. OD'd, I'm sorry. Normally in Washington, in these situations, you're protected by something called the Good Samaritan Act, but they don't do laws on Evergreen campus. They bypassed it and kicked us both out of school. The biggest thing that happened to me at Evergreen, though, was a circus club. A super amazing, super cute girl pulled me aside one day to teach me some hoop tricks and then beguiled me into circus club where I discovered contact staff and instantly fell in love. I remember at a festival time high on acid seeing some dude do some fire contact staff and thinking it was the dopest shit ever. We met 3 hours a day, 3 days a week, and that's where I started my drilling. Eventually, I bought my own sticks and used my progression and practice to kick my coke use, and I got deep into my practice and healed a lot of my past wounds and trauma. At some point in my life, I realized you couldn't just do drugs as they are not an activity in and of themselves. After I got kicked out of Evergreen, I started going to school online, gathering some equipment and making hip hop music. I had rules when I did shoot up coke. Eventually, I had to be creating art or music while I was high. So I'd set up everything, put on some beats, take a fatty shot, and then rap over them. At some point, the coke took control, and I found myself spending hours searching the floor instead of making music. That was when I realized I had a problem and had to cut myself off because there was no excuse to drugs and search your carpet instead of creating something worthwhile. I was living at home, spending all my time practicing contact staff and yoga. 2-ish years later, I undertook 200 yoga teacher training and started teaching yoga. The training had unreal effects on me. I kicked habits I struggled with for almost a decade in a month and became one of the best versions of myself. Eventually, I had a bad breakup, got really depressed, and started shooting up heroin and coke again, and my life slowly started slipping apart again. I had to stop teaching yoga and eventually cut ties with studio I was at. Through my desire to stop my recent depression, I got a job as a dishwasher at a local fine dining breakfast joint. I remember loving every second. The first catering we had, I had shot up a bunch of coke before going through work and was stressing the owners would see my track marks. I brought some coke in capsules to swallow so I wouldn't go through the withdrawals at work. I remember having so much fun. Even when coming down, I completely forgot about the capsules, and before I knew it, the night was over and I was feeling good. Back when I knew I had a problem, so I would only buy half a G at a time and would do it right before my dealer went to bed, so I couldn't get any more after it was gone. Eventually, my passions took priority and the most distractions took a back seat, the main one being Coke. I found myself with a lot of time, a lot of money for me. I probably spent about 600 a week on shooting up Coke back then and a lot of energy and passion. I worked up from singles to triple staff, financed a new hybrid, and got my own apartment. Over 100 applications to get one and 600 to get a job. Life as a felon. I slowly moved my way up at work to prep and then pantry, then flat. And then I was being trained on Expo and saute before I got hit by a truck as a pedestrian that fractured three of my ribs and put me out of work for 8-ish months. I never fully recovered, and with COVID happening right after, took a huge hit to my career goals. I got a $17,000 settlement, but I feel it's minuscule to the negative impact it had on my life. As I grew older, I'm learning to have a desire to pass along what has helped me in life to others around me. On the night of the murder, I'm sure that there's some discrepancies. First, I got home a little late because I was talking to one of my coworkers after work. When I went home, it was pretty normal. I made some tea, did some drills, and I think I played a game of Laugh Out Loud. I went to bed and heard nothing out of the ordinary. When the cop knocked on my door the next day and asked if I heard anything, I was like, no, nothing unusual. I didn't know there was a murder. Um, so small deals like faint scream in the distance, one of my neighbors getting home, closing their car door, closing the front door, etc., were not on my mind. I noticed that I was quoted as heard a screaming. This is not true. I heard a scream, faint and party like to my half asleep eyes. To be clear, there's probably at least 5 screams every Saturday, even on dead nights. You'll probably hear at least someone making loud sounds at some point. Small detail, but in this situation, I think screaming and a scream are very different, and small details like that. Small details matter like this with all the internet sleuths and conspirators around. Some of you are wondering what stick juggling is, and I'd love to share. I'm at a point in my practice where I will still start offering services, fire shows, and lessons. I'm going to start a free YouTube channel on learning fundamentals along with a cooking show. If you'd like to see more about what's going on in my life, I'd love it if you stay tuned. I actively avoid social media, but I have a public IG, staff junkie that I haven't updated in years because I'm lazy. When it comes to video uploading and editing, but I will work to add some more recent videos of what I've been doing with triplets. And with that, we can begin the AMA. Yes, I apologize for the rough editing on the second half. I've been writing this for several hours and try to update more. So the rest of this are the comments here. It's the this guy's batshit. Absolutely. That right there is a methamphetamine induced psychosis or a manic episode. I thought the killings were from a drug addict. He could have had a manic episode and killed them. A lot of people think that, you guys. Here's a sample list of potential traits and or identifiers that might point towards the suspect. Oh, bubbly drop too. The more someone matches up to, the closer they should be looked at as a person of interest. So yeah. Also loved knives and discussed that he sleeps with a knife. That isn't good for stabbing, but good for slicing deep gashes. He posted that before it was revealed on how they died. So that was pretty much what he wrote, guys. And that to me sounds like some kind of a drug induced psychosis per se. At the very
I was
least.
thinking like he was probably manic or he was either on some stimulant because he went on a whole rant.
Yeah. Yeah, it was deep. Very deep.
And it started off with him mentioning Kaylee, and then what? And then he just went down this whole rabbit hole. It's crazy.
It's nuts. Absolutely. Fully agree.
Hey, my respect, you were able to read that through. I would have given up.
Oh no, it's no big deal. I just want to make sure everybody understands all of this stuff. Now I have. Let me see here. Oh, see, this was the other thing I wanted you guys to see, and unfortunately, it's another channel that I'm not fond of, but it's the only place I can find it. So this is a period and point in time. I know you guys have seen this, but this is Enan being pulled over by a police officer that he went to school with at one time. So yeah, it's all good, Eric. Thank you for being here, by the way. Hey, man.
You know what? I always thought that freaking copyright that he does with the keystrokes looks like a butthole.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm
It
like,
does too.
he can't use the copyright emoji or what?
I know, right? Exactly. Exactly. Thank you guys for hanging with this. So this is where he gets pulled over, and this is a very strange interaction at the very least. I'll say. Okay, this body cam is just again very strange person. So be prepared.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Enan, right?
Yeah, what?
Yep. Long time no see. How are you doing?
Oh my god. I'm pretty good. How about
Good.
yourself?
Good. Thank you for asking. Well, you know me. I'm Officer Harkins. Do you have the driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration?
Yeah.
Excellent. And do you know why I stopped you?
No.
So I saw your hand near your face. I wasn't sure if that was cell phone or if you were just scratching. Were you on the cell phone?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, that's just fine. I'll just grab your information from you, the driver's license, a proof of insurance, and the vehicle registration if you got it. Funny, I was wondering if I'd ever see you while I was working. Hopefully not.
Yeah, right?
But
Yeah.
just to
Dude
drop
has hair like
stuff that
Tarzan.
you get.
What happened to his hair? I wish my hair was that long.
He cut it all off at one. I don't know. I think it looks better with short hair, but hey,
Yeah. Did he have a Britney Spears moment or what?
it probably knowing those things we've seen so far.
I've had things fall off my wall.
That looks like that'll be the registration. And you have the proof of insurance as well. Lovely. Whoop, sorry. Tell you what, you keep looking for that and I'll get my side of things done and rolling and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Thanks.
Solid 446. Code 4. Driver to Washington. 446, go ahead. Last of Harsh, Henry, Adam, Robert, Sam, Henry. First of Enon, Ida, Nora, Adam, Nora. Middle A, Adam. Date of birth, 01/28/92. 446, will this be male or female? That'll be a male through Washington.
I will be en route on foot.
446, subject is suspended third expiring 2021, suspended FTA unpaid ticket, showing inactive DOC. Copy. Can you start me, please? 1520.
446, 13, you'll be head that way.
Firm.
All 13, I'll be in route.
1521. Okay, so well, hey, there you go. Hold on. So unfortunately, I'm showing that your license is suspended. It seems like you failed to pay a ticket of some kind at some point. So if you wouldn't mind turning the ignition off from the car and then stepping outside with me, that'd be perfect. And we'll just get you sorted from here, okay?
Okay.
And come on out.
I wish we could see the faces of the body cam when we
You want to
for
step behind the counter?
1122 because you see when she sits down, you're able to see her face.
A ride from here.
Oh,
Say that again.
I wish the body cam of the other cops that we saw was like this one, because when she sits down, you could even see her face, like you could see her
Yeah.
reaction, and she
Yeah,
was
and
hella suspicious of this fool.
I truly and honestly believe that he knew his license was suspended at this point, by the way.
Yeah, that laugh was like a laugh of like, oh fuck.
Yeah, he knew.
He couldn't fake being dumb about it. He couldn't lie. This
He
guy,
looked. Yeah,
what you
exactly.
said earlier was right. This guy's face betrays him.
100% for sure. Is she the same cop in the other ones too, Bubbly? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they've had more than one interaction. This is nuts. Like, truly.
oh, you're taking my car?
I'm not going to take your car, but I can't let you drive it because I will be letting you continue to drive suspended.
Yeah, hold on.
Yep.
Oh, now she's aggressive.
So I do have to advise you that you are under arrest for driving while license is suspended. Let me read you your Miranda rights. I can find them up.
Oh, I didn't know. Like, here you don't get arrested for that, but damn. Okay.
I've got a lovely card here.
Hey, partner, why don't you sit over here on the guardrail for us? It'll probably
That'd
better
be
place for you
a little
to sit
safer.
there.
Okay, so I'm going to read you your rights. Is that cool? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand those rights as I've read them to you?
Yeah, so are you gonna take me to jail or?
I'm not going to take you to jail if you can organize a ride and everything. So what I'm going to do is you have been advised that you're under arrest, so you do have to stay on scene. I'm going to have my partner here stay with you while I work on doing a criminal citation. And if you can get someone to get the car on out of here, that's fine with me. And then we'll just let you go get a ride out from here, okay?
That is so weird. So he gets arrested, but they let him go. I've never seen that before. It's like here, if you get arrested for a traffic violation, you're handcuffed and taken to jail. That's how they do it. So I guess this is just a weird, a different situation. Hey, Critter, good to see you. You shouldn't be meanie, but hey, I guess it is what it is. And yeah, Bubbly's right, by the way. That's Floyd's cannabis back there. For those of you that
The same
were,
question as me.
about being able to be on your phone while being arrested.
Yeah, too comfortable. Too
Very,
comfortable.
very comfortable, right. So yeah. And thank you for pointing that out too, Bubbly. For those of you that are familiar with Floyd's cannabis, the place that Showalter went, this is it right here. So he's close to this area. When he gets pulled over for this. He gets ZXC says he gets a court date, technical. I thought it was weird. Yeah, that's how I've understood it now too, but it's very strange. Maybe he's a CI. Who knows at this point? Everybody's a damn CI. Good to see you, Spaghetti Taco and Doc J.
I wonder who was pushing more product, this fool or Molly.
Yeah, right. You almost wonder if they worked together at some point, and that was something we kind of talked about yesterday. Like if he knew that crew, Molly and Janelle and all them, if he knew any of them, I'm curious. Very curious.
They all pick up from the same source. They definitely
I would
rely
imagine
on
too.
each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude. I would imagine the same thing.
Yeah.
Just send them, scratch the site? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Did Morgan on for it?
So Bubbly says he is a CI, and that's why he wasn't taken to jail, which is a very strange. I wondered
Oh,
what the deal
Bubbly.
was. That would make sense. Just saying. Just saying.
Do you want to advise him he's audio video recorded? Thank you.
Imagine if Enon had lied to people he probably screwed over or stole from, and he said that he lived at 1122. And what if they came looking for him and said he's the CI?
Yeah,
They
right.
don't want to blow his cover. That'd be
Exactly. That's a
crazy,
good
dude.
point. That is wild. Wonder if this is the same police officer. No, she had blonde hair. This girl's got darker hair. Oh, he is being cuffed. Huh. With all the times he's been in prison and all the times that he's been probably busted like this, he be very curious about what if he's still doing that. A WSG mom Kim came in here the other day.
Here, you want to wait in the car?
If he wants to wait in the car, he can, as long as he doesn't want to take off.
And
No, I
and she said that she thinks that he's enrolled at Wazoo as a student now, which is interesting.
asked him if he could call somebody, but I don't think that's.
You didn't
for
call
us.
him, did you? Who?
The tow guy here.
No, we're good, thanks. I'm like, oh, that's pretty quick response.
Yeah.
Hey, partner, if you want to sit in your car, hold on, we will take the spot for you.
It's like fishing. You got to catch and release them.
Exactly. The same thing. It's wild.
We went to high school together with it.
Oh.
I was like, oh, hopefully we'll get you out of here soon.
Suspended.
Nope.
I'll wait right here.
Thanks.
He sounds like such a woman, man, like a ladies' man.
Oh, right. Yeah, Bubbly. That's what Kim was saying too. That he went and re-enrolled at WSU, and now he's a student there. Which again, you're right, makes housing a lot easier. I agree. Somebody's watching the open sausage.
So this is the last part. How's the ride going? Got someone on the way?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, do you know what you're gonna do about the car? Is someone gonna come and drive it away, or is it gonna? Okay, so you got someone who can drive it away for you.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this is a criminal citation for the driving while license suspended. So there's, oh, sorry. So you're gonna want to respond to that within 2 weeks. I marked it for 15 days, so but 2 weeks. If you don't hear anything from the court before then, you probably want to call them. All of their information is on there. And I believe, if you don't mind. So because driving while license is suspended is technically a criminal charge, they'll want you to appear in court, but you can talk to them about everything. So the reason that it was suspended is you failed to appear for a traffic ticket or something like that, from my understanding. Didn't pay it. Yeah. So they suspended your license in the 3rd degree, and so I'm not that surprised that you didn't know about it because it seems like you're pissed. But you'll want to respond to that in 2 weeks. And yeah, like I said, if you don't hear anything from the court, they don't send you anything, then definitely give them a call and make sure that they know what's going on and that you haven't missed a court date, because then they could put out a warrant for you as well. So, any questions? Okay. Sorry to see you for the first time on the job this way.
Yeah, that's cool. You like cats?
Yeah.
You can see my cat sometime?
Well, probably not. No, no. But so you're working at Loom?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh God.
Do like
Do a comparison video. This pullover compared to BK's. See who
Yeah.
looks more suspicious.
Oh, agreed. And I was when I first time I saw that whole thing about you want to see my cat, I was embarrassed for him. It was so wild.
I was not expecting that. I'm sorry.
No, no. The dude, he's definitely different. I'll say that. He's different.
He's a character.
For definitely.
I'm sorry?
23, you're 23?
Yep, that's me. All right, well, we'll just hang tight and make sure everybody's safe until your ride gets here. Where are they coming from?
Like U of I area.
Okay, so they're pretty close?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll hang tight with you for just a minute, okay?
We hang out or?
Yeah, you can tell that he likes her the way he's looking at her. You know, it's kind of like I said, I was embarrassed for him, but just saying.
You're good.
Okay.
Although, I feel kind of bad because I stopped him because I thought he had a phone and he was just like scratching.
And he was speeding. It's 45. He was in excess of the 45 limit. I can visually estimate it. Speed.
I'm not as good at that as you are.
He's good. Speed.
Definitely not as good at that as you are. And then the last guy that I gave it.
So Inan got pulled over.
I was waiting for him to ask for her number.
That's what I was expecting him to do the first time I saw that too.
That would have been the cherry on top.
100%. 100%. So those are pretty much what we know about Enan. Again, he kind of inserted himself in this, you guys, and I don't know what to take from this guy. Okay, I never have. I really don't know how to read him. He comes off very strange, and in some ways, I mean, he's just a good old fashioned hippie dude. You know, however you want to look at it. But in other ways, you know, it's like I don't even know. I think there's another one like that too. 1 minute here. Yeah. Yep. It's the same one. Same police officer. Same thing. Okay. I'll show you that real quick too. A lot of people believe that he was involved and that he was one of the ones. I never have been able to believe that. I don't know why. I don't know if I just.
What if they're like harassing him to keep him in line? And that's why he's getting pulled over and getting like, oh, your license is like, it's weird.
Right. No, I agreed. Absolutely agreed. 100%. So weird as it is, here he is driving again. Okay. This was in 2018. And he gets pulled over by the exact same police officer again. Same situation almost. This is crazy, except it's at night. I think he's in the same car too. Yeah, he is.
Enan.
What's
What are
up?
you doing?
Going home for a little bit.
Okay, cool. So how'd your license go? Are we going to have an issue today? Okay, cool. So I stopped you because your tabs are expired, like just at the very beginning of this month on the 1st. But I figured I'd let you know anyway. But if I could grab your driver's license and then the vehicle registration and your proof of insurance. And I think you had all of those sorted out last time I saw you, besides the license. Alrighty.
Oh, that's right. He's got a girl in the car with him this time. I forgot about that.
So, anything fun this weekend?
We're gonna go backpacking.
Nice. Very cool. Where are you headed backpacking? Perfect. That's the one.
Oh, I need to find my.
Insurance is on your phone, or do you have a card?
You should have said stargazing.
All right.
That would have been crazy.
Do you mind if I look at that one and I can just double check and see? This one is expired by like literally exactly 2 months, but do you have it access to your insurance on your phone at all? How about I give you a chance to check that stuff out and I'll get my side of things going, okay?
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
It says they're going backpacking when it's like dark out.
Right. Yeah, that happened too. Mikey's right. Like at some point after the murders happened, he took off to California for I can't remember exactly how long it was, but he was there for a while and came back, and here he is right back in the same spot. So, what's up, business? Good to see you, dear.
Did you have any luck with the insurance card?
Not yeah. I was gonna check
Okay.
Great point, sausage.
Yeah, here's what I'll do for you. So, just like I said, your tab's expired on the first of the month, so I'll just remind you about that. Just get down to the Department of Licensing, and it's like, I think, anywhere from 25 to 30 bucks to get them updated.
They did. They went
and
to school
then
together.
If you want to email me the proof of insurance when you get a hold of it, that'd be super. And I can do that for you, okay? And my email is on there. And I'll just write you a little note that says, please send insurance.
I can only imagine her as a female officer on itself. The risk taking it must be to pull anyone over just on her own, right?
Oh yeah, for real.
I'm thinking she's sitting there. She's like, I need to fit the quota. I can pull him over. He won't do anything.
Right.
So Inan Harsh running around. Inan.
I forgot about this fool. Oh god.
Another situation. The dude just doesn't have good luck, guys, at all. So, a lot of people have questions about him. Like I said, the other day, Saturday, when we had Jules on the show, she brought it up. I had completely almost forgot about him, you guys, truly. So that's why we went back and checked it out again, checked out some of his interview. Um, I don't know what to think of him. I've never been able to think that he had any involvement. I've never been able to find anything, but I could be wrong. Anybody could be. We don't know. He's definitely different. Okay, that's my biggest thing. Is he's definitely different. I know I do question some of the stuff, some of the things about him, like the way that he looks and talks and acts about certain things. I've questioned truly and honestly.
But the Reddit that you read us was he admitting that he was into selling drugs and all that?
Oh yeah, definitely. And then he did another. There was another story he had put out that I remember somebody sent me years ago that I read, and this guy talks about selling drugs all over the place, all sorts of drugs, and this and that. It was worse than this AMA thing that I just read. I mean, he admits to all sorts of crazy
That's
things.
crazy.
It
I
was
was
not.
talking to Bubbly about him without any idea of his background. Just reading him, just his demeanor, how he came off.
Yeah.
Dude, I was spot on, and that surprises me that he even admits to it on that Reddit post. So
Yeah, right, right. And a lot of people say the same thing, Name is that he's still a huge question mark for a lot of people. Like I said, Jules said she questions him even still.
or maybe he did witness it, and maybe he did get traumatized and started spiraling, but he doesn't want to talk, so he doesn't know how to express it. He knows these people. He's freaked out. I mean, he's involved in the drug scene as it is. And then you got people that are certified informants, Molly pushing fentanyl. I'm the dasher from the murder case, and they let her fucking go.
Right. Yeah, right. Like Bubbly said, he inserts himself in articles where people are busted. It's weird. It's just very weird. Yeah, Jules is not a fan of his either. I agree with that. I don't know what to think. I can't get a full read on him, you know?
Yeah.
He's definitely different and he's definitely odd. But what does it mean? Does it mean something? Bubbly says that his name was called several times over on Linda Lane. I thought that too, that he liked the attention. I don't know, you guys, but I said we'd look back at him, check him out, look into him, just kind of refresh ourselves with him. I didn't
Yeah.
hear anything other than the typical, the odd stuff that he says and that, but there's nothing that comes to the table that's more any different now when I hear it now than when I heard it then. It's still odd though.
The
It's
drug
definitely
choices, explains a lot of his fucking mannerisms, his facial tweaks. He's always coming off of something.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
he's
it seems like
doing
to me. Hmm.
that's a good point. Very much so. I did. I did. The only reason why we didn't cover that one, guys, is because I wouldn't have been able to focus on it. It was too funny the whole time. That's why we didn't go through Lana's interview. It is crazy though. Definitely crazy. So,
Lana has interviewed him.
oh yeah, Lana and Bella interviewed
Really?
him, and it was comical through the whole thing. It
I
was
gotta
so
go look at that. I gotta go back and look at that.
it was so funny. And I can't focus on like describing it and playing it without laughing because of the way they did it. Let me
Your
see.
arched eyebrow says it all, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. It's a long one too. It's like an hour and a half. This one is. I'll give you a little clip of it. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just clips that she put together. This is like 5 minutes. I'll show you a little piece of this, and you'll see why it's hard to watch. Thank you, SRB.
Oh my god. How long ago was this?
This was done.
Was there a lot of people over?
No, it was just like
Hang on.
it was only like
Hold on.
Wait, is that herself looking at herself?
That's Lana there, and there. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay, she does that. It used to confuse me all the
Right.
time. I'm like, we're reacting to yourself, reacting to yourself.
Yeah, and that's Bella. This is March March 10th of 23. So yeah.
23. Wow. Okay.
All right, here we go.
a few at the time. Fucking drop off this wine, boom, easy.
Was there a lot of people over?
No, it was just like there was only like a few at the time. It was like small because it was later. You know what I mean? This guy is just it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? They've got DNA. I don't know what other evidence. They're probably keeping most of the other thing, but I feel like here, so I try to just be conscious about it for the most part. But at home, I'm pretty vegan, and it's just like it's healthier for me that way.
So, like so you haven't been contacted by like Brian's like attorney or anything to be like, hey, can we talk about that scream?
No, I don't think it's relevant in a court of law. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see how I would be evidence in a court. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, how would that be relevant in an actual court case? You know?
Are you able to put the chat back on screen? All right, thank you, thank you.
Oh, you wanted it on my side. Got you. Okay. Got you. My apologies.
Well, I don't know if you didn't hear. If they want to come to be like, hey, are you sure that you heard something? Because like you'd be pinpointing. It could be like the screams right before, or while somebody was like being. You know what I mean? Because if they're trying to pinpoint the time of the crime,
Oh, that's fair. I mean, I feel, yeah.
Like, not
I
that you
feel
would
like
be
they,
like, you don't, like,
I feel like they have so much on this guy. It's just, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? They've got DNA. I don't know what other evidence. They're probably keeping most of the other thing, but I feel like they've been building this case for so long. They probably have a lot on this guy. So I mean, like, little details, like, you know, like a scream at like 4 a.m. Like, it might give you like a closer timeline. But I mean, once you have like DNA and you have blood and you have like other evidence, I don't think that really matters. You know what I mean?
yeah. When's
And I
last
think the
time?
big,
So did the
huh?
police have the police? When's the last time you even talked to the police? Or was
Mm,
that like way in the beginning?
yeah, way in the beginning. And then one time they were in the parking lot, and I came and approached him, and I was like, "Yo, I also like saw this car that night. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
It's
that
probably
black
not
SUV.
irrelevant, huh?"
The black SUV.
Yeah, I was like, "It's probably not relevant, but I know you guys probably don't have a lot, so like, this is what I have just in case it helps." That's why it stood out to me, you know.
And was it in the parking lot,
Um,
or was it like?
it was on the street. It was like it was on the corner of King and whatever streets right before that. So I'm on Queen, and then Queen crosses to King, and then King crosses to another street that connects to Taylor. It was between that street that connects to Taylor and King Street.
Okay. Um. Did heard from? Did you have to fill out like a statement, like a witness statement, like a piece of paper or anything?
Nah,
They didn't do anything like that.
no.
His eyes are what bothers me. The way he looks, just in general. It may mean nothing, but that's always what's bothered me.
It gets worse.
I know.
No, I mean, I feel, I think, I just feel like a nobody, and I think to the police, I'm a nobody too. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
they're
not with that cat line. You're not a nobody. Wait, can you say it for me? Can you say it? Can you just say the line that you said, just so I can? What'd you say?
You want to come play with my cat?
They did him dirty. They set him up for that.
Wow.
He sounds like that Looney Tunes character, the one that hunts the rabbit. What's his name?
It's my old Hyundai.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, just like that fool. That's who he reminds me of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Spot on. Yep.
Be very quiet. He's hunting rabbits. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Oh wow, Bubbly, I remember that. Yes, that was crazy. Well, that's really all we got time for today, but all we really have too, guys. So I think that's we're gonna go from there to there to there to there. That's Enan Harsh for those of you that didn't know him, and thank you for joining me, bro. I appreciate you very much. It was good to have you up here. I'm glad now that you broke the ice, you can do it anytime. You know that.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not scared. I'm not scared anymore.
There you
Pretty
go.
much.
See? Nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely. This is home for you as well. So you're always welcome.
Thank you. My hair's a little
Yeah.
nappy right now, but thank you though.
You look great, bro. No worries. No worries. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your input, your time. And Bubbly, thank you for joining us for this. I appreciate you jumping in here with us as well. Always wonderful to have you guys in here with us. And if you guys have any questions about Enan, leave leave questions or your questions in the comments. I'll do the best I can to answer them. If you guys want to know any more about him, we can look into him more. I'm going to be breaking down as I do the past and the backgrounds of each one of the victims, like we've been doing, and the survivors as well, so on and so forth. So we're going to that's looking in the future where we're heading next. Absolutely, Bubbly. Please know you're always welcome here at any given time. You're always welcome to join us up here as well. I'd love to have you anytime. So thank you for being here today as well. Great, great live, guys. And again, wonderful to have Scully here with us, Bubbly here with us as well. It was a treat. I didn't even expect it. So, and Kim joined us for a short period of time. She was able to
You
do.
couldn't hang through your reading. I was challenging myself. I'm like, don't be a punk ass. Keep up. Keep up.
It's rough to read. That read was crazy. But
Hey,
yeah.
but hey, it was good though. You did submerge us in it because I would have not read that, honestly. But it gives a little more insight on how Ian's character is.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I read it. Right.
Yeah.
That way you guys can understand the type of person he is. So you guys are awesome. Everybody in here, please have a great day. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you to the moderators. I might be in the voice, guys, for the mods that are back there if you want to be, and if not, I understand. I will see you all very soon. And have a great day. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, and don't change a thing. You guys truly are the beautiful people, just the way you are. Nothing but love, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Later, Diego.
Later, brother.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden corners left to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true. A perfect picture of what they chose to do. The quiet street erupts in flashing light. A reckoning delivered in the night. SWAT serves the warrant, loud and clear. The sound of justice, the only thing we hear. At the TruCrime Cafe, we watch the suspect finally pay. The dark truth is backed and signed and sealed. The wound is closed, the name is finally healed. It's finally healed. The cafe's empty, closed for the night. We put the darkness back into the light. We'll wipe the counter, set the empty chair, and wait right here for the next secret laid bare. Until the next one. Until